Last session, our adventurers continued on their journey within the Merchants District of Clancamrye, stealthily following their guide to the location of their next quest. You wove through the alleyways in between the smaller boutiques of the Merchants District before you made to cross over one of the larger streets. Your pursuit was interrupted, however, as a procession of floats, dancers, fire breathers, and acrobats paraded through the street. With an eye on your guide on the opposite side of the street, who was seemingly waiting for you, you got to enjoy the spectacles and mini performances of the parade, as well as receiving feathered cowboy hats and tasty treats from a colourfully dressed elephant. You then saw a large orc gentleman who announced to the crowd that the Seven Stars Circus was holding a performance tomorrow night at the Grovella Square for all to enjoy. He was then followed by a procession of purple-robed individuals, eccentric and sometimes off-putting in their porcelain masks. After the spectacle died down, you caught up with your guide and followed him down more alleyways before finally stopping on a side street off of a large open space. Roshana recognized the large building in the center immediately as the Seven Chimneys Restaurant and Inn, a rather fancy and well-to-do establishment within the Middle Ring. Your guide left you on this side street to return a few moments later with a rather conspicuously cloaked figure, who introduced himself as Mr. Hennis, the owner and manager of the building. It was here that you were given your quest, to get rid of the so-called testy rats that had taken over the restaurant's cellar, and to do so discreetly, as news of infestation would certainly not be good for business. You asked Mr. Hennis if there was any competition in the area that would benefit from seeing the business's reputation tarnished. He had not considered it before, but it was certainly a possibility. Left to your own devices, you made a mostly silent spectacle of yourselves, undressing from your armor, so that you could fit in through the small window leading into the kitchen on the side of the building. You hustled over, Roshana giving you all a heft up before Kato used his powers to telekinetically lift her in after you. Amongst the talk of eating the crab within the kitchen and hurrying to see the rats down below, a grave error was made in Kato and Roshana forgetting to put their armor back on. You quickly went down into the cellar, filled with boxes and sacks of food, to find these red-eyed, almost crazed large rats, as well as several similarly crazed swarms of smaller rats, who turned their attention away from their food to attack you. You did battle with these ratties, a long, agonizing battle, and noticed that these rats became even more frenzied with the taste of blood. After running back and forth, swiping and smacking away the rats on both yourselves and each other, as well as sometimes landing a hit or two on your party members by mistake, and Vayne going unconscious once again, you finally ridded yourselves and the cellar of the vermin. You collected yourselves after a much-needed rest and went to investigate how the rats got in. After looking around at the pipes and the walls, you found no obvious signs of possible entry, until you looked at the sacks of grain themselves that the rats were munching on. Having found the amount of droppings and the nests built within these sacks, you determined that the rats had been living in the sacks for some time and were likely brought into the cellar through them. On the sacks themselves, you found the company's name, the Powder Room, Gratzem, and informed Mr. Hennis of this. Your quest slip was signed, and you got an extra 100 gold pieces for dealing with what turned out to be over 100 ratties altogether. You gathered yourselves, exiting the restaurant the same way you came in, and donned your armor once more. The party returned to the Baskin Lodge after following the winding path your guide had taken you down before, and met up once again with your driver. Vayne, having had 2 brushes with death in the past 5 days, and potentially in the midst of a mental breakdown, had a heart-to-heart with all of you, and was grateful that he had partnered up with you all as a quote-unquote party, and wanted to get to know you all better as friends. So it is still the first Findar, or Findar, I should say, Findar. It is getting to late afternoon time, so we're saying roughly around 3 o'clock, after dealing with all that nonsense back at the Seven Chimneys. You are currently outside the Baskin Lodge. Your driver is asking where you would like to go. Vayne, I think you suggested going to Roshana's?
I believe I did for, well, I think it was, Roshana cleans a, like a statue shrine, yeah, for her god, and that might be worth looking at for Kato's dream. And also, we could get a nice cut of meat to take back to to the Dullahan's Head for our dinner. I think we deserve a nice meal.
You certainly can do that. I'm just thinking the shrine is in the Merchants District along with Roshana's family. That is where you want to go. However, the Temple of Saloon is within the Templar District, close to the Merchants District, but it's all on the way if you want to do it.
I can't remember. Was Roshana's house like somewhere here?
Roshana's house is in the Merchants District.
Yeah, no, I was because I think I asked like how close to the Templar District it was. Like if it was over here, it would be a bit more of a pain.
It is close to the yeah, it's close to the Templar.
Yeah, I think it was over there. Yeah. So it's up to people what we want to do. I'm happy with either.
It's up to you guys.
We can also split the 100 gold, 25 each. If people would like.
I'm not saying no to gold.
Yeah.
So, Roshana, would you care to go back to your house, or Kato, would you rather go straight to the Templar District and see to this dream of yours?
I mean, I'm fine either way.
Oh shit!
It's not like my parents, their shop will walk away. So
I thought it might be nice for them to see you as well. See, you can give them an idea of that you're still alive.
I mean, it's only been a few days. It's not been that long.
Yes, I suppose that's true.
Well, it's more than some people have gotten.
That is true.
And I don't know if news goes around. I'm not sure how sort of advertised it is, but obviously there has been deaths of people from the Adventurers Guild, so perhaps that news has gotten to them, and I think seeing you might alleviate some worries, maybe.
Hey, Roshana.
Yes, Rook?
Is there any concern that, given the present company, it would bring unease to your parents, given that you didn't get into the guards?
No.
Good.
Parents seem pretty chill. Well, I mean...
I think maybe a quick pop in is warranted.
Yes, and you could help Roshana. Maybe look at the shrine and see if anything... see if you have an epiphany.
Okay.
Yeah. Sounds reasonable.
If you'd like to give the address to the driver, we'll I guess he'll take us there.
Yes.
And you see the driver has very much just been watching you this whole time, even watching you, Vayne, give your heartfelt speech to your newfound friends.
I gave it. Who is it? Is it Tom?
No.
No. Is it just the new guy?
Just another driver.
Oh shit! I gotta get his name for my file. I pull out my massive file of names of drivers.
That has Tamon and Susan.
Yeah, Susan's my favorite so far.
Yeah, he picks up their name and where their parents live in case they die.
Yeah. Jesus. Sorry, I didn't catch your name. Oh no, I've got Yatis as well. Haha.
I didn't tell you my name.
Oh, well, I meant more of a pleasantry of what is your name. You don't have to tell me, of course. It's nice to.
Yeah, I'd rather not keep this professional.
Fair enough. I'll put down question marks then. Kind of rude. Very well. I believe it's the Merchants District. Roshana?
Yes. I'll tell him where the place is. I can't really find a name I had for it in my packet.
Well, you give him the name of the shop, so we'll say.
Yeah.
I'm looking for it here myself. Shabafay Family Butchers and Delicatessen. There you go.
Yes.
So you share that with the driver, and he gives you a nod. Motions for you all to hop into the back of the carriage.
Yep.
And you take off once more.
We've taken a short rest, haven't we? So yeah.
Yes, you have.
Yeah, I was just thinking like we could do another one while we meander, but Vayne will whip out his loot and just have a little strum because he hasn't in like at least 15 minutes, 20 minutes.
Oh dear.
He's thinking he's trying to replicate some of the song that was on the circus float.
Okay. Give me a performance check. That's always fun.
Performance check. Normal roll, yes. Hey, it was almost a natural one.
It's still in the beginnings, but you're getting there. You're getting the very bare skeleton of the piece.
Yeah, that's fair.
Alrighty. It's not long. You pass by the Mandela once more before you turn down familiar streets to you, Roshana.
Mm-hmm.
You're passing by numerous different family businesses before eventually you reach one of the larger businesses down this road. And you see a green storefront, numerous cuts of meat displayed near the front, strings of sausages and other puddings have been hung up as well as various different cheeses and crackers and breads on display in the front of the store. Above, you can see painted in very nice print in gold is Shabafay Family Butchers and Delicatessen. The driver pulls up outside. You see a couple of patrons are milling about. Some are hanging about outside, having already gathered their goods and are just wrapping them up tighter in little brown bags that have been passed and place them into their baskets.
Two things.
Mm-hmm.
How is Shabafay spelt?
It is spelled C-H-A-B-A.
Okay, I was instantly wrong.
A.
C-H-A-B-A.
Double V.
Oh, I was really wrong.
E-T.
E-T. Okay. Yeah, I was wrong from the start. And secondly, did anyone else have? I doubt it, but a Clifford the Big Red Dog, right? So Roshana's a giant. I was just thinking about little Roshana running around those streets as a young'un, and then she became the giant that she is today. So it was adorable.
She got bigger for all the love that her parents had for her.
Nice.
And the DM struck her down.
I'm sorry. It was Roper's fault to begin with.
She was too big for this world. The gods had to take some of her power.
Look, there are plenty of opportunities for Roshana to be big again, okay?
Roshana is an avatar of her god. That's how I'm seeing this.
Oh boy.
Yes.
As we're pulling up, I'll stop playing and sort of clip my loot away again, and I'll look at the shop entrance and at all the different various meats and nums, and just be like, ooh, lovely spread.
Here is.
Mm. Does it look busy? Because I think it was like 2 or 3. It's like 3, 4 in the afternoon.
Yeah, at this point. So things are starting to wind down, but you see, even up and down along the street, the merchants' district is nearly always busy. So this is technically a quiet period, but you see lots of people are still milling about inside and outside.
Okay. And just looking like to the sides, I don't know if it's a freestanding building or if it's like in a...
It's like a row of buildings.
Yeah.
Here.
Is there like what other shops are there on the other sides?
There is one that is selling veg,
Ooh,
and the other
a
that is
perfect
selling
accompaniment.
a lot of what looks to be dried flowers and herbs.
Herbs.
Looks to be kind of a herbalist, but there isn't anything specific outside that it's, akin to an apothecary. This seems to be.
Okay. I may pop in and have a look and see if there's anything nice in there. But that will be later. I look at the driver and say, "Thank you kindly." We may be here for a couple of hours. I'm not sure yet. Are you free to hang around or?
I can give you the bill again if you want.
Sure. And I'll hand him like 2 gold. And just be like, "We appreciate you being available for us."
Sure. His eyes and his eyebrows go woo as soon as he sees the gold.
Damn, son.
He doesn't say anything though. He just pockets it immediately and just hands you the tiny little bell without the hammer inside.
Okie dokie, so -2 gold pieces. Okay, and then I'll hop down off of the carrier. Oh, well, is it like an open top carriage or is it a?
This one's closed.
Like it. Okay.
Given
so
the inclement weather or rain within Clancamrye.
Yeah.
Makes
a lot
sense.
of them need to be
I
covered.
mean, we do love our rain showers.
Are they like big droplets of rain, like the ones that hit you in the head and you think you've got a concussion, or is it like the ones that hit you in the eye and you think you're being stabbed?
Oh my
It
gosh.
does vary.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll hop out of the carriage then and hold the door while looking around again.
You'll disembark from the carriage, and it's literally just a pavement away where you're standing in front of the shop. You walk on in, and there's a bright. Oh, sorry.
Well, I was just gonna say, I doubt it'll be an issue, but present company won't cause. I mean, if your family's religious, I don't want to. I know that some people can be funny about my kind.
There's no problem at all. I mean, my parents did adopt me.
Oh,
so.
very well. Oh yes, I guess you're not exactly a human, are you?
No, that would be the color would be very off. I think
you might look a bit peaky.
Yeah. Not the best color to be human with.
Yeah. Very well. Cool. Oh.
Guessing you head inside?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Off to meet the Shabba-face.
You walk inside, you see several bright lights up from the ceiling. Very clean white tiles beneath your feet as you step forward. You see a couple of people are standing about at the different little stalls that are there, displaying the more dry goods like the cheeses and the breads. However, as you're walking in, you do see off to your right, this is like a very long building down in front of you. You do see the butcher's counter. And again, several cuts of meat are out on display, as well as a little bit of fish as well. Something does catch your nose, though, and it's the smell of spices. A couple of herbs thrown in there as well. Onions, also leeks.
Man, I love herbs.
It catches you immediately, Roshana. This is a good soup that is being made. And you do see it on the side of the counter as well. There's these little wax coated bowls. Almost like paper cardboard. Definitely a lot more luxurious. And that people do have to pay a little bit more for this as well, but soup is often poured into these bowls and people take it off with them. Or they come in with flasks as well to have it done. Behind the counter, you don't see your parents, but you do see one of the new employees, Sarah, who is there currently just folding a cut into a brown wax paper for the customer in front of her. She gives you a wave as you walk in.
Sarah, I wave back.
Hey, haven't seen you in a bit.
I mean, I have joined the Adventurers Guild. I don't know if my parents have talked about it.
Oh, wow. No, they said you were going to try something different. But that sounds cool.
Yeah, since the guard thing didn't work out.
Right. Yeah. Well,
Are my parents around though?
yeah, I can give them a call.
Yeah, sure, please.
Yeah. And just give me a moment. She finishes tallying up
course.
the purchase for the customer in front of her, and again with the cash machine, you see that the drawer comes out and hits her in the stomach characteristically, and she pushes it back in. 2 moments, I'll bring them down. I'm sure they'll be so happy to see you. And she runs off into the door leading off from this counter.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything you'd like to do while you're waiting?
I'm looking around the inside of the shop and going, wow, this is very, very nice.
How long have they run this place?
For a good while now. Even before they adopted me.
Well, I must say, when you said butcher, I wasn't thinking this. This is a very, very nice establishment.
Oh, definitely. Though they do have their competition.
Well, I mean,
It's
business
a big
is business.
city.
Yeah, big city. They manage.
Yes.
They have their loyal customers.
Yeah, it's always good. And who was that person that you spoke to?
Oh, that's
Friend or-
Sarah. That's a new employee.
Oh.
So.
Taken over from you?
Yeah. That
see.
too.
Where do they get their game from?
That is a good question.
Is there like a guild?
Oh my god, this is some Sweeney Todd shit. That is a good question. Oh no.
A fair amount of it comes
So
from
much-
the southern district, you would know. And obviously the fish comes from the surrounding sea and the rivers
Mhm.
here.
Is there areas in the southern district that would like facilitate like larger animals, or is there like somewhere like is there like a hunter's lodge that goes outside the city into forest for like deer and venison?
Oh, there is.
I think all we saw was like wheat fields, wasn't it?
Yeah, so
kinda-
you were... Sorry, no, I'm gonna...
Like, yeah.
Do the
this
ping
way.
ping. This is, yeah, mostly grain and... you do get a couple of trees here as well, around this area then. You do have
I was
a lot
going to say,
more
I was going to
cattle.
ask. This whole thing is the southern, yeah.
Um,
I should look at the other
Of
map.
course, like, venison and the like is a lot more pricey because they do have to go out of the city to get it, but yeah, it's easily done.
I was thinking I didn't see many deer while I came into the city, so
Yeah.
Giraffes grazing around. What the? Don't know why giraffe was the first thing I thought of.
A
but maybe.
giraffe?
I mean, I don't know what animals are common here.
what the hell
I-
is that?
I ain't from around these parts. Well, I mean, maybe in Cadmia they would actually be more common because it's more
No.
arid. No, okay.
Like, Colburn and Northern Cadmia are on the same latitude. That's the right term for it, isn't it? Altitude's
Yes,
like...
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
up and then
longitude.
latitude.
Latitude and longitude, yeah. I mean, I was just thinking, like, because there's a big fucking desert below.
Below
but-
Southern Cadmia, you'd have heard
Yeah,
of
yeah.
giraffes.
Giraffes.
Hargies. A few moments pass before you see pushing themselves from the one of the doors further back. You see there's like a set of steps heading off to like a private area, and you see heading down them a couple, human. They appear to be in their late 40s to early 50s. Your mom, Gertrude,
How old is
Roshana.
Roshana?
Yes.
A pale-skinned woman with almost like a permanent flush across her cheeks, light brown hair that has been pulled back into a bun. She's wearing this like woolen jumper with the characteristic white apron that you've always seen her wear. And similarly, your father, Jacob, a very large man. You see the sleeves rolled up to the elbows, showing off these impressive forearms. Cropped black hair, got a bit of a salt and pepper going on, a little bit of stubble around the chin, a round face, standing quite tall as well, and their eyes are just scanning the shop quickly before they lock on you, and their faces brighten and they rush over to you. Oh, Roshana! Gertrude like throws her arms around you and pulls you into a hug, lifting you up slightly.
Hey, Mom.
I'm
not that light.
I look at the guys and I'm like, I like crack a smile like, oh.
And your dad reaches down and just claps a heavy hand onto your shoulder, the one that kind of like rattles you a little bit. Yeah, it's good to see you, kiddo.
Yeah, I've come to tell you that I've made it into the Adventurers Guild.
Oh, that's... honey, I'm so proud. After everything that happened with the guards, I'm happy that you have a path forward.
Me too. And this is the group that I'm traveling with.
Oh, hello. She holds out her hand to whoever's in front. I'm guessing Vayne. He's throwing his head back, going, "Oh."
Yeah, sure. I'll shake a hand and bow at the same time. So it's wonderful to meet you.
Yes. I'm Gertrude.
It's a fine establishment you have,
Thank you.
and a fine daughter.
You see, Jacob kind of puffs up his chest a little bit, and you're a tall man, Vayne, but you see this gentleman, he crooks his head and looks down at you. Being a very large gentleman himself.
Not like that. Just very wonderful and nice.
I couldn't agree more.
I have saved his ass a few times.
A couple, yes.
That's my girl.
Yes, I'd be dead without her, unfortunately. Well, I guess, luckily.
Is everything all right?
Yeah, of course. I mean, there's some risks being in the Adventurers Guild, but we're fine.
We figured, and you see Gertrude puts her hand on your dad's arm as he's like, kind of stood there, arms on his hips, kind of just inspecting all of you. Yes, we had heard it is dangerous. But we're so glad that you got in, and Priestess Alara was looking for you, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she stopped by not 2 days ago. The shrine has been cleaned. There's no need to visit unless you want to.
Of course.
But she did say to stop by the temple at some point if you...
I mean, we were going there soon anyway.
Okay. Sounds good. Sorry that we're coming to the end of the business day now, and Roshana, with your passive insight and just them being your parents, you get the sense that they're a little bit worried about something. And having seen you, there is a slight alleviation to that, but it does come creeping back in every now and then, and you're assuming it's about the shop. But Gertrude turns to you all and goes, would you like to stay for dinner? Or if you're in a rush, we can pack a couple of meals for you if you like.
Oh, well, don't go out of your way. We're happy to peruse and maybe purchase some meat for cooking later, or we can stay. I'm not fussed.
No, it's fine, really.
Allow me to introduce as well. This is our other companion, Rook, and this is Kato Astri.
Hi.
Give a small bow.
They hold out their hands to you as well.
Shake it.
It is a bit comical seeing Rook against compared to the height of your dad.
How do you preserve your meat?
Salts mostly. Though we have been looking to invest into a cold room. We have one, but it's really it's not up to scratch. We've been talking to one of the fellows down at the Thandela. Seen about getting a permanent enchantment, he says, looking towards his wife. About keeping it cold magically and keeping it on surface level so we're not having to head down to the basement all the time and risking slipping.
Smart.
That is a smart idea.
Yes, it could be a worthwhile endeavor.
Yeah.
Where I used to live was pretty inland, so salt was difficult to get. So cold boxes were kind of the way to go for meat. Though usually you want to use it while it's fresh.
Oh, well, certainly. All this here, and he points to the counter. You'd want to cook it while it's fresh, and fresher the better. Although I have found that if you are able to get it cold enough to where the point where it actually freezes, it actually breaks down the meat. And you see Gertrude puts her hand on his arm again and goes, "Honey, would you like to stay for dinner?"
Of course. I mean, if the guys would want to as well.
Yes,
And happily speak to your father longer about this subject.
I think you and my father will get along well, Rook.
Yeah, I don't have any pressing matters.
Okay.
No, I think we're all good.
Righty, well, come on back. And they both lead you back up those same set of steps into the private area. And immediately you're walking into a small little living room where there's a couple of sofas and an old armchair that your dad sits in Roshana quite a bit. With a small little coffee table inside. And your mother turns around to all of you and goes, I should say Gertrude turns around to all of you, not Gertrude's everyone's mom now, okay, guys?
You've gotten adopted too. You have no choice.
Oh, is this how they got you, Roshana?
Wow, I actually came from.
Come into this back room, young child. Sorry.
No red flags at all.
I was just. Is it fine for us to be able to see the GM's archive in the?
No, you should not be able to see that. My apologies.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say, should we see?
I'll ignore it for the time being. I just like. You can
I think it's
sort
just
out
the
later.
one.
It's literally just the scary biggerman one. It's
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
it opened when I opened my thing. I was like, oh no.
Sorry about that. Thank you.
That's fine. Yeah, you can sort it out later. So I guess we'll follow along.
Yep.
And I'll kind of lean into Roshana and say, "Oh, your parents are lovely."
I mean, of course they are.
Well, yes, I obviously I expected it, but you know, it's just nice to meet them, and they obviously care a lot about you.
They do. They really do.
A warm household is an important thing to have.
I turn and I look at the guys, and I'm like, just imagine a little Roshana running around here. Oh, isn't it good?
A little Roshana.
I know.
Incomprehensible.
It just makes no sense. She'd be like your height.
You seem oddly fixated on this thought process.
just an amusing thought.
Well, I guess that would depend how long you've been in their family.
Since I was 8.
Fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
And have you
Okay,
changed
so
much since you were 8, or were you always this size?
Damn, that was a rough birth.
I have grown.
Have you?
I would
Rook?
hope so. Otherwise, I'd be concerned for your stunted growth.
Yes. Gosh.
Yeah, I guess we're just having this conversation while following along.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You've pretty much reached like the living room at this point. You're kind of sat down, and Gertrude has ushered you all to sit down. She goes, well, we'll just be in the kitchen, which is literally next door. Need anything to shout?
All right.
And thank you for your hospitality.
Yes,
Oh, of
much
course.
appreciated.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch all of your names.
Kato.
Lovely to meet
Vayne
you.
Durant.
You as well.
Rook.
And yourself.
And this is Roshana.
Lovely to meet you. She holds out her hand to you, Roshana. Grasps it a little bit.
Nice to
shakes
meet you
it.
too, Mom.
She grasps your hand a little bit and shakes it before letting go. And it's a cozy and familiar scene to be in as you're sat against the back of the sofa. Yeah, back against the back of the sofa, and you're listening to your mum and dad potting around in the kitchen, preparing food as always. And your mind is casted back to simpler times when you were in the Eastern Quarter and your family were trying to build things up, before moving here. And the experiences of the week have kind of hit you. You're a far cry from where you were just 5 days before. But it's good to know you can always come back.
Yes, it is.
Is there anything else you guys would like to do?
I'm just. I don't know if pictures are common in D&D. Like.
Oh my gosh! I
portraits or
knew
anything.
it. I knew it.
Right.
I was already sweating bullets for this.
I'm looking for the mantelpiece, and I'm like, where is it? Where is it? Let me see.
You do see a couple of portraits, yes.
Oh.
Some of them are painted, some of them are sketched. There's one of your parents quite young, Roshana. You imagine when they've just met. And then one the pictures beside it is with a very small Roshana.
Oh, little baby.
In Gertrude's lap.
I may have missed it. What race are they?
Human.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, which surprised me. Then again, I guess it's not that surprising. So I'll look at those and say, "Oh man, you're there," and I look at the one where the parents look a bit younger.
Mm-hmm.
I say, "Oh, evidently there's a lot of love here."
Oh, definitely. I mean, it's needed when you're opening such shop and welcoming a life that's not brought between the two of them together, so.
Yes. Well, I mean, evidently they're doing pretty well. Well, I mean, do you know if we're having the meal and then is the shrine far away or?
Not too far from here.
I just wondered if you wanted to get that out of the way, or is your mother? Did she say she was making tea or?
I didn't really catch that. She just went to the
They're just
kitchen.
in the process of making dinner.
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. Man, they're like my granddad. They're having dinner at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Who does that?
Sorry, it's an Irish thing where we say breakfast, dinner, tea.
I know,
Yeah.
I know. It's because my British friend also says tea, so.
The Northern British normally say tea, which I call tea a drink. Because that's what tea is.
I mean it is, but.
Very well. I suppose if they're making dinner, it would be rude of us not to partake. So, unless I don't want to eat them out of house and home. It's a slightly bigger group than I assumed that they were originally planning for.
Well, I can promise you they will pull something extra off just because I brought people over.
Yes, I assumed they wouldn't run out of food. I kind of think back to the front of the shop.
Yeah.
It would be an interesting move to try to convince us at this stage.
I'm sorry, we don't have anything. It's like, but I saw it. It's an illusion.
Those are all display pieces.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Plastic sausages that you get like for kids, like play sets.
Oh boy.
Perhaps while we're waiting, you could show us the shrine.
Yeah, of course. I'll go tell my parents that we will be away for a bit, and I'll go to the kitchen.
You pop around to the kitchen and you see your mother's currently over a pot, like just steam going into her face, and you see where that red flush across her face has come from. She goes, oh, no problem. It won't be ready for like another 30 minutes or so, and we want to let the beef rest as well. Is everyone okay with meat?
Yeah, of course.
All the better.
Very well. Yeah, when you come back, you come back.
Of course. I closed the. Oh no, there's no door for the kitchen, right? Or is there?
Oh, there is. Yeah, if you.
I'll close the door from the kitchen to the other guys, and I'm like, Mom, Dad, is something wrong?
They share a look between themselves, and they see your dad just takes down the towel that he had draped across his shoulder and just places it back onto the counter. It's nothing to worry about, love. Just earnings aren't as big as they used to be. We've lost a few customers recently to the Sterling Hook. We're just trying to tighten up the purse strings a little bit. But there's nothing to worry about, really.
Are you sure?
Of course. We've done well all these years, and we might need to diversify a little bit more.
I mean, if you guys need to, I could always put some of the earnings from the guild to you guys.
No. Honey, that's yours. Please.
I mean, all right.
I mean, I wouldn't say no. And you see your mom grabs the towel that was wrapped around her waist and just hits them with it. No, we are not doing this. Roshana, that is your money. Just put it in the bank or something, and just have a stash. Just keep a little stash for yourself, and they share a look between themselves again. If we're really struggling, we'll tell you. How about that?
You better, because if I didn't ask, I don't think you would have told me.
They do share a bit of a guilty look, but they do smile back at you. It's this has been going on for such a long time, Roshana, as well, and you've been accepted into the guild, and you're starting your own journey, and we don't want to be hampering down in that either. Your mother looks at you and says, especially after all that business with the guard exam as well, hon, we didn't want you to be thinking or having to worry about anything else. You already have enough on your shoulders as it is.
I mean, if you say so. I mean, I wouldn't be feeling bad about putting some money aside for you guys or helping out when I can.
I don't think we're that bad yet, but we'll see how things go. They share.
I'll try
a
to
grin between
usher
themselves.
people in here when I have some quests in the city.
That would be very good.
Mhm.
See, we're getting free advertising now. It was brilliant to send her to the guild. She went by herself, but yes.
I mean, I can always ask Vayne to do something flashy.
Oh, how do you mean?
He's a bard.
Oh, wow. Yeah, catch a jingle or something, that might be good.
We'll have to ask him. maybe over dinner.
Sounds like a plan.
Mhm. Okay, I'll go with the guys to do our things now,
Sure.
and I'll go out of the kitchen.
Alrighty. And you head back to the group.
All set?
Cool. Everything all right?
Yeah.
Good.
Just some business that they had to tell me.
Okay. Where's a pen? Give me a pen. Give me a pen. Oh, buy me a pen.
Sorry, Vayne, were you saying something?
No.
Perhaps, but not to us.
Okay.
Sorry, DM. Vayne's at the other side of the temple. You're gonna have to move closer to hear him.
Hold on.
Trying to find a pen so I can start this thing, just in case I
Can
get
you
asked.
hear me now?
I'm in the library.
So you all gather your belongings, and Roshana leads you back out of the of your little homestead and through the butcher shop as well.
Mhm.
Your driver has taken off. You've given him he's given you the bell. Sorry, so you can call him back whenever you wish. You turn off to the right and weaving in between the different people and walking alongside these various different businesses that you've known for a long time, Roshana. Just to be the familiar landscape around your home. It's about a 5-10 minute walk before eventually the buildings to your right begin to stop, replaced by little paths of green, a few flowers and bushes planted every now and then.
Mhm.
Eventually you get to a point where stone pavement takes over and you see the shrine to the Silver Lady, or Our Lady in Silver, however you wish to call her, Saloon. You see in pure white marble, a woman stood with her hands overlapping each other and pressed against her heart, and spiking off from her you see 3 moons, one immediately above her and then 2 off slightly diagonally. You do see, Roshana, that it has been cleaned a little bit, but immediately you see in the small little crevices around the eyes and just down the sides of the nose, you're like, oh, they didn't clean well enough. And you go in and start scraping away the little pockets of grime that have built up, and you quickly wipe it away.
I'll get the help these days.
Whoever cleaned this did a lousy job.
Well, at least it gives you something to do.
It does. It does. It's just... yeah.
How long has it been here?
How long has what been here?
The shrine. I mean, if you don't know, that's fine too. I'm just curious.
Do I know?
It's been there as long as you can remember, really.
Mhm. It's just always been here.
What was the name of the? I thought I wrote it down, but I was busy writing parents and friends' names down. What was the name of the butchers? Is it
Shabafes, Family Butchers, and Delicatessen. Good?
Yep.
Okay. Got really quiet there, so I go, oh god.
Sorry, I was writing it down.
So, who was she the god of again?
She's the goddess of the moon in the human pantheon. So.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
All three, if I recall.
Yeah.
I like the moons.
Moons are nice.
Quite pretty.
Mm-hmm.
DM.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Which moon was it that I saw in my dream?
Well, the moon was pretty big in the sky. And from your time, just being alive and looking up the moon, it was never that big. So you're guessing it was probably an exaggeration of some kind. Just to freak you out.
But there's multiple moons, right? Or it's just one?
So the largest moon is Amela, if I'm correct. Yeah.
Okay.
So if it was to be any of the moons, it would be that one.
Okay.
Unless it's Mana, just because it's closer and looks bigger.
It looks big, but it's quite small, really.
Well, in my dream, the saw a large moon that turned into an eye.
That's scary.
Yeah.
Just the one.
I mean, if I had to guess if it was anyone, I'd say Amela. But I don't know how relevant that might be.
Maybe Princess Alara knows something.
Who?
The princess here at the church. So we can take a look, see if she does. I mean, my parents also told me that she was looking for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Would I know how often all the moons fall into alignment, or if that's ever even happened?
It happens more often than you think. Let's say, because it is kind of tied into your circle, we'll say wisdom check, please. With advantage, because it is.
Cool. Hiya.
Very nice. So when you say fall into alignment, are you referring to the fullness of the moons or the...
I think like the like trifecta would be 3 full moons that all eclipse each other.
I can't do that.
Well, if it's never happened, that's probably good, because
never happened.
Sounds like an excuse for some bullshit to happen.
Yeah. You would know it's not a frequent occurrence, but there are certain festivals that are had around these times, and they do happen roughly once to twice a year. You would know that next month, for example, there will be one of those periods where all 3 moons are in their full phase.
And when you say full phase, it's right, like full moons.
Full moons, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but the alignment, I suppose vertical alignment has never occurred, or at least not frequently.
Certainly not in your lifetimes. No.
Okay.
I mean, they could be on different axes. You don't know how improbable
Right.
that is.
Yeah.
Plus, what would you want in that case? Would you want full moons, because that would imply the sun be at their side so they can be fully lit? You can maybe get an eclipse where the sun is on the opposite side and so they dark out. That'd probably look cool.
It would definitely look cool, yeah.
I was just thinking if they managed to eclipse each other, that would look weirdly eye-shaped. With the small one in front of the big one.
Funny enough, one of them
Right.
would have to be like a super red moon for that to reflect what was going on in Kato's dream.
Stranger Things have... Well, actually, I'm not sure if Stranger Things has happened. That would be pretty strange. Like getting a blood moon where only one of the 3 moons is a blood moon while it's eclipsing. Well, it wouldn't really be. I don't. Is mana big enough to eclipse Amela?
Oh, absolutely not.
No. So it would be like a dot in front of it.
It's basically like a macro. Like it's not. Oh, it's not like a dot, but it's. It wouldn't
Be like a
eclipse it,
donut
but
hole.
it's. Oh my god. No. It's not as big as Amela, but it certainly wouldn't eclipse it either. It's like in the midway point.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a full phase coming up next month. That should be fun.
And Roshana, you would know that next month is called Apelin, which is the month of moon showers.
Yes. Since it's...
Moonshine?
Yeah.
Yes, I got it right. There's a level of predictability and order, that comes with the cycle. So it's pretty neat to sort of map out.
Rook, where did you learn your abilities?
I spent a lot of time looking up.
Just like you did when you were yelling at the moon or at the sky.
I was at the sky. I'd never yell at the moon.
Yeah, you better not.
I wouldn't be so disrespectful.
Exactly.
I could yell at the sky because he's so far away, but the moon, he's kind of closer. I'm mainly yelling at the darkness between the stars.
Space.
But that's beside the point. So sort of expand Kato. I've always had an interest in it. My mother was deeply interested in it, and sometimes we would have merchants come through, and I would buy knickknacks. And I think one of the first pieces we got was this little old, telescope. To be honest, it wasn't much use for anything more than seen over the land. But to me and my mother, it was fascinating. But we picked up more things as we went, and you could map them out, and once you started to see the patterns, it kind of became very easy.
So, that it was generational teaching.
Kind of. Like, my mother knew some stuff before I came around, but we kind of taught each other. Where she came from, there wasn't really much point, because, as she would have said, there were a lot of very irritating individuals that did whatever they wanted with this guy.
I see.
When you say did what they wanted with this guy, what exactly do you mean?
She didn't really expand upon it too much, but she was from the Feywild, so I would assume it's, anything goes over there.
The
I
Feywild?
don't know much about the Feywild. Or anything at all, really.
Do I know anything about the Feywild?
I know bits. However, where you're from in Hyla, there isn't as much connection to the Feywild as what Rook has experienced growing up. But you've heard of it.
Okay. Your mother's from the Feywild.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Huh. That's extraordinary. It's only a place I've ever heard of.
Well, I mean, coming from someone who has a relation, there's a lot of people who come from the Feywild, like a lot of elves do. It's not quite
Really?
it's not quite as special as you'd think. B-tier plane.
Might be something to ask my parents.
Maybe it's tough with elves because some of them have been here for like a very long time, and others have more recently made the trip. So you know, opinions will differ.
Right.
I couldn't tell you how many generations you'd have to go back to find someone from there. Also, I hear time's weird, so like, I don't know what that does for generational nonsense.
Maybe that's why elves live so long.
It would be an explanation, yes.
Out of game if Vayne gets asked to make a song. Sorted it.
Oh God.
Oh.
No, it's quite good. I'm proud of it.
Oh my gosh, I'm scared because it's about a meat shop, basically. Leave it to a Bard. Oh no.
You will be pleasantly surprised.
I'm scared.
Well, thanks for showing me this.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps if you help, like, clean it, it might, do something.
Maybe. Depends. There's much left to clean.
That's Roshana's like there with Wirewolf.
She's got a tiny little toothbrush and splash it with holy water and just scrubbing it ferociously.
Is there
I
a
will help clean it.
Mm-hmm.
You would be welcome to.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, Roshana had to do
Suddenly,
like
super Jesus.
a cloth for just buffing the marble. Sorry, Rick, you're going to say?
is there like a tithe box anywhere?
There is a wee one at the front, just beneath her feet.
Wee one.
Rook will just run up to it and like close his eyes for a minute and just mutter to himself and then drop 10 gold into it.
Rook runs full speed up to
Full speed and then just like breakneck stop.
Runs up to it, goes, I want a new telescope. Throws in 10 gold.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, I'm gonna give them like 100th of what a telescope cost for a free telescope.
I mean, it's the gods, man. They might bless you. Or some shit.
Gosh.
Take this divine telescope.
Hey, that would be pretty pog.
You know what, God? You're pretty pog.
Good job.
Oh my god.
Okay, so Roshana and Kato finish cleaning and buffing the statue of what looks to be like an avatar assailant to a pristine shine.
This is how you clean.
You said avatar. Does it look oddly like Roshana?
You look at the statue and it is odd. Looking at this from like side to side. Wherever you stand in relation to the statue, it seems to be almost in a different phase of life. See, if you're looking at it from the left, you would see that it's a very youthful, almost girl-like appearance. But as soon as you go around to the right, do like a semicircle around it, you see that it is a woman aged.
Interesting.
Sallow chin. Sorry. Sallow face. And soft crow's feet around the eyes.
Ooh. Vayne just keeps like walking, like kind of doing the left to right thing, like, huh?
It's like one of those hollow cards you get, and you're just
Yeah,
clicking
yeah,
back and forth.
yeah. Pretty much exactly that. Yeah, it's like, ooh, this is interesting. While everyone else is tithing and cleaning.
You're just there writing the song.
I haven't been asked yet, so no, I'm not writing it.
Yeah, fair.
But I am thinking about meat. It's a perfectly normal sentence to say. There's no need for snickering.
I'm just not trusting a part. Why did I have the idea to ask?
I think you would be
You
pleasantly
wanted to
surprised.
help.
There's
Wanted to
no,
help your parents with the bills.
there's no
It was a
innuendos
perfectly
there.
innocent, desire. And you gave it to a perfectly not innocent man to do it.
What are you talking about? I'm perfectly innocent.
Vayne is. You're not.
Oh, yeah, but I wrote it in Vayne's
Yeah,
You
I
know.
know, mate. I know.
Vayne's brains. Vayne's brains.
Vayne's brains. Right.
Brains,
Are you
brains.
sure there's brains and not just a brain cell?
Wow.
Wow.
No, honestly, no, I'm not sure.
Well, okay. In all honesty, we're sharing that one brain cell.
Yeah. That's
Man,
how it works.
I guess the shrine really is in Roshana's likeness, cold as stone.
Didn't know you worshipped the god of savagery. Jeez.
Moon is a cold bitch.
I need some holy
it's in my
water for this
orcish
sick
nature. I'm
burns.
sorry.
Alright. So you finished up? What
Wait,
would you like to do?
is Roshana full orc or half orc?
Half orc.
Okay.
Doggo.
Right. Doggy! Puppy!
He's whining.
For what, though?
Love and affection.
Food.
He wants outside.
Yeah, fair.
Ah.
Oh.
Just so he can come back in again.
Yep.
He always wants
Yeah.
outside.
And do the same.
You know, just stand behind my car and be like, let me in the butt.
I want the comfy.
Car
Uh,
trip.
Road trip.
He doesn't care where he's going.
So the statue's like shining now at this point, right?
Yeah.
Cool. I don't touch things of religiousness.
Because you'll burn.
I'm
I'm sorry, you just make it too easy.
that is the genuine worry. I mean, like, I'm a tiefling. I'm assuming that I'd literally just burst into flames. Luckily,
calm
I've got
down.
resistance to them, but you know.
I think maybe some droplets of the holy water got on you like 5 days ago, and you're okay.
Yeah. And I'm still feeling the effects.
You're.
The chafing is unending.
I think that's from the sewer. Still.
The more, yeah. So,
Maybe you have a rash somewhere.
yeah.
Yeah, maybe you want to.
I mean, those
that
rats
checked.
got everywhere.
I think it was a mix of the sewer and the cleanliness of those beds in the southern district. Yeah.
You are skirting around the rats quite a bit.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, yeah, that's true.
Mm, I'm going to look if Priestess Alara is around, because she was looking for me, as my parents told me.
Yeah. In this immediate vicinity, she doesn't seem to be. You assume she's probably back at the temple. Given that it's approaching nighttime as well, so this will be, her busy time, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Preparing for whatever service she might be giving.
I might have to come back later for her.
Is there a bench?
There is.
Can Vayne sit and ponder religion as a whole?
You may. I'm not entirely sure how far you'll get.
Yes, I just...
Time-wise.
Considering we're sharing one brain cell.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, just while they're like... So this is kind of like while they were... So after I've done my, holographic image, and then I'll just sit down while they're finishing cleaning and while Rook's doing his thing. And then when Roshana goes off, and I'll just be sitting there going, Just because obviously, like, this is slightly different kind of situation for, like, Hell's people.
Mm-hmm.
Hellspawn. Yeah, that's what we're just waiting for people to be done.
Yeah.
Hey, Roshana.
Yes, Rook.
Just because where we are in the city at the moment,
Mm-hmm.
while it's not far, it does require a bit of a trek to get here.
Yes.
Is there any harm in just quickly popping your head in back to see if that priest is there?
The priest isn't here. I think it's...
Oh, do we have to go to the temple district?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it is in the You can pop in on the way back to the guild, though.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Maybe we should do that.
Mm-hmm.
It will never financially recover.
Hmm?
We should
I'm just
perhaps we go see if dinner is ready.
Might. Don't be surprised with the amount of meat they will put on the table.
I mean, I would imagine so. They do run a butchery.
Mm-hmm.
I look forward to seeing the spread.
Yeah.
Oh, we're a group of growing adventurers. Need our protein.
Rook, I think you're done growing.
You say that now.
Well, I for one think he could gain a few inches.
Oh, I hope that's not in width.
I can turn into animals. If I want to grow in any direction, I can. What can you do?
Snaps. Oh, he got you.
Sizzling.
Well, I need not grow any further.
Lest you fly too high, Icarus. Watch your tongue.
Careful, he'll have the stars burn you.
He can
Or
yell at
shout
the
at them
sky.
to do something else.
Less distance for me to call them down from. I jest, of course. I'll never hurt any of you intentionally.
Yes, of course.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
Christ. Okay.
I am suddenly not so convinced.
Well, I intentionally.
Relax, I know what you mean.
Well,
To dinner.
After dinner, then.
To dinner, right?
Mm-hmm.
Head back to the shop and house at the back. You see that your parents are literally just plating up in the little dining room that you have. Large, as Roshana had mentioned, large portions of roast beef. Rook, you do have about 2 or 3 more slices on yours. And Roshana's dad claps his hand on your shoulder and it shakes you a little bit. He says, "That's for you. I could do with some more meat in them bones of yours."
Are you a
It's just
horns on or horns off while you eat family?
Um,
Gestures towards his headgear.
Gertrude's there holding onto plates, and she goes, whatever's comfortable.
I'll take them off.
I'm already taking off my armor.
I think it's clashing with that cowboy hat.
Same.
Holy shit! What a fucking look.
Sorry, have you got the cowboy hat on top of the horns, like on the cap of the skull, and the horns are just coming from underneath?
Yeah.
That's amazing. I love it.
You're not just hanging the cowboy hat on one of the horns.
Well, that's for the next two, I guess.
Oh my gosh.
I can't wait for the circus.
That's for all the fucking beads and shit from the circus.
I'll pop my loot and like my instrument boxes like down back where we were sat in the like living room area.
Yeah.
Just so that it's not in the way of anyone.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty.
And I'll say, my, this is a beautiful, beautiful dinner.
So in front of you
Yes,
there
it is
are plates of
quite
roast
impressive.
beef, green beans that have been cooked with a little bit of chili flake, and also some very creamy garlic potatoes as well, with a hefty helping of cheese grilled on top.
It doesn't happen to be any bread of the garlic variety, is there?
Any bread of the what? Sorry?
The garlic
Bread of the
variety.
garlic variety.
Not immediately in front of you, no.
Ducks. That's fine. It would have been a perfect meal otherwise.
And the gravy is very rich red wine sauce as well.
Vayne digs in. Unless they have to pray or something beforehand. In which case he kind of has his knife and fork ready and he's looking around the table.
I know you see, as Gertrude is still plating up, she goes, "Oh, don't wait for us, please, dig in."
Oh, thank you. And I dig in.
Mhm.
How is the first bite? Is it delicious?
The beef especially is very melt in the mouth. And then the taste of the red wine is just like a little tang afterwards. It's mild, thankfully, because sometimes the red wine gravy can be quite overpowering.
Yeah.
But it's definitely complementing the beef rather than overtaking it. And you definitely get the sense that these two are extremely proficient in what they do. Both in butchery and
making me hungry.
I'll take like the first bite and I'll do that, like and then nod, which is something that everyone does to say, yeah, this is pretty good. Delicious.
You're making me hungry.
Same
I'm
here.
not sorry.
Yeah.
I'm hungry as well.
I'm also hungry.
Yeah, and biting into the green beans, they have been covered just very lightly in butter, but it's the chili flake that has been cooked with them. It does give it a little bit of heat behind the mildness of the green bean as well. Yep.
Little zing.
Green bean.
Green beans.
And then, of course, garlic potatoes. You can't go wrong.
That never goes wrong.
No,
Creamy
you
goodness.
can't. Mhm.
You are
Just garlic in general.
Yeah. You
Not
are
garlic.
plied
Potatoes and
with
garlic.
heavy portions, and you get towards the end of the meal where your plates are finished before seconds are helped up to you as well. You get to the point where either you're stuffed and you can't eat anymore, or you're stuffed and you're still eating, just out of gluttony.
Out of the I will choose gluttony.
Mhm.
My choice is gluttony. Yeah, I'm just very much. Is there a beverage with it?
There's red wine with it. Also
Oh,
water as well.
God.
If you wish.
Oh, what's this? Red wine, please. And I'm loving life.
I have to watch my weight.
I think we'll be moving around enough that you don't have to worry so much.
It's that sort of lax attitude that will result in you gaining unnecessary pounds.
Precisely.
We need to be quick on our feet.
Listen, Rook, this is how I grew in length, and that's why we now know you stayed short.
Oh,
Oh,
I'm a hobgoblin. This is how tall we are. Less of
This
your
is normal.
racism.
What's the average height of a hobgoblin? Is he short for a hobgoblin or tall for a hobgoblin?
I think he's a little bit shorter than the average.
I can see why he gets a bit antsy about. Yeah, no.
Roshana's dad turns towards you. A hobgoblin, you say?
Yes.
And whereabouts are you from?
Well, predominantly, from the wastes down south. I don't know if you're familiar. The Zaltari.
Oh.
Well,
wow.
sorry, from the. I lived in the forested area, and then I spent a lot of time exploring the surrounding areas.
Interesting.
I got brought up recently by one of the guild members. Very fascinating magic.
You see, he's rubbing at his chin. I to be honest, I don't know much of this magic stuff myself.
She touched a tree, and then it opened. You can use your imagination to see how a tree opens, but it did. And then another tree somewhere else opened, and you can walk through them. So I went from like Zaldari to Colburn in like a couple of seconds. Crazy.
You see,
Kato's got a piece
both
of beef on his.
just, yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
Got a piece of beef on his his utensil, and just staring slack-jawed at Rook.
Yeah, that was Fern.
A tree opened?
Yeah.
I've never heard of this before. It sounds a lot easier than.
That's.
What about opening a tree sounds easy to you?
Well, it just sounds easier than spending a year and a half traveling.
Suddenly, my dream does not seem all that strange.
Dream of opening trees?
No, I don't.
Perhaps that's the issue. Perhaps you should start dreaming of opening trees.
I hardly think that would change anything.
I mean, it would mean you have less bad dreams, I suppose.
Unlikely.
Yeah, as soon
I
as
don't
you
know
said
what to
that,
tell
Rook, you see that both Roshana's parents are kind of just staring at you, very slow chewing whatever food they have in their mouths, but their eyes are kind of just looking at you going, what on earth?
Oh yeah, they're like, I can do some pretty wild stuff, but like even that to me, I was like, whoa.
I'm sure. And I'll like slowly turn to the parents and be like, the wine accompaniment is lovely.
Oh, thank you. Vixen's Wines. From Vale here.
Yes, yes. It's a classic.
So,
Sorry, go ahead.
How long have you two lived in the city?
Well, I'm from Briorsal originally, and I've been here my whole life.
And I think the main question: what made you pick our wonderful Roshana here?
Not where I was going with that, but you do you.
You see, they share a look and their cheeks get rosy, and they go, well, to be quite frank, she had this brightness behind her eyes that were hard to look away from.
Aww.
How's Roshana looking?
Strangely red.
Strangely embarrassed. It's almost to the equivalent, like a baby book being showed.
Yeah.
Yes. Sorry, where did the father say he was from originally?
Briorsal. I'll write it down for you.
Northeast of Colburn.
Yeah, it was. I've got the spelling of it. It's just He was right. Ha ha. First time for everything.
And it was quite interesting when we first met Roshana. I don't know if you remember much of this one, but when we started speaking to her, she was very open and very friendly, and she showed us this little book that she had, little drawings that she had made, and I believe the matron that was taking care of Roshana at the time was a follower of Zhelanov, and Roshana listened in onto some of the teachings with great interest for a child, so it was that little spark that she had behind her eyes that...
I didn't know you were an artist, Roshana.
I might have dabbled.
You see, your mother turns to your father and goes, I'm pretty sure we still have that book, actually.
Oh, I would love to see it.
I think I packed that away in the treasurer's box upstairs. I don't know how to go breaking the lock just yet, but
well, yes.
I mouth the words "thank you" to my father.
He gives you a wink.
Man, I hope you don't act like this around my parents.
Oh, I will.
Right here, does
Can't
anyone
wait to
want
see it.
third helpings?
I would love some, but unfortunately, I feel if I eat any more, I may expire.
Don't worry, I've got some packed away for you already.
Oh, that's very kind of you.
I am curious, because we've seen places recently. Because your cooking is phenomenal. Is this like a service you also provide on top of being a butcher? Do you like make meals for people?
Yes. We provide cold foods and warm as well. Typically speaking, people down this part of the city prefer soup. Just given the cold and wet weather of Clancamrye, it's usually best to get something warm in your stomach. But we do also provide larger dinners for people who are having guests or whatnot.
That's incredible. I'm sure business is booming.
Yeah, it would be. Well, we do have a fair, stiff amount of competition. I gather that you're not all from round here.
Oh no. I've only actually been in the city for 5 days now, I think.
Wow.
Yes. Same.
It's like the first city I've been in.
Oh wow. That must take some getting used to.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot going on.
I think I don't really remember ever being in a city, not one quite as substantial as this, at least. I've lived in a small town in Cadmia and then travelled to Colburn and obviously Clancamrye. And no place has been quite like Clancamrye, I'll say that.
It does have a certain charm to it.
Yes.
But when we first moved to the Middle Ring, we had thought that this was, prime area in the Merchants District. Unfortunately, we were bought out of the opportunity to be in the Thandela. The Sterling Hook butchery has been a substantial butchers here in Clancamrye for many years. It was unlikely that we were going to get in, and it proved so. Unfortunately, big businesses can afford, economy of purchase. They can buy a lot of meat for a lot less, and you see Gertrude puts her hand on your father's arm, Roshana, and goes, maybe not business talk at the table. Oh, sorry, my apologies. I can talk for days, in case you didn't know, but...
No, it sounds, it's very interesting. just the last question for business talk. Do you supply restaurants and the like?
No, it's mostly the common folk here.
Oh, fair. Well, I'm sure that the only way is up.
Yeah.
And if there's anything we can do to assist, I'm sure,
Speaking of, Roshana was saying you're kind of a musician of some sort.
Oh yes, I play.
Could we bother you to maybe do a little ditty and see about a jingle for us, perhaps?
Oh, well, I've never really done that before, but I'm sure I could give it a go.
We'll pay you, of course. It's
Oh no, don't be silly. There's no need for that.
Are you certain? I don't. Musicians.
Yes. So it's well, I'm making money from the guild and other places, so I and Roshana's a friend, so I'm happy to help.
Good.
If you really want to smash it out of the park, and you've never done it before, we could always go ask Luxon for help.
I give Rook a very sharp glance.
I think Vayne is better off doing this by himself.
I don't think I need assistance from a second-rate artist. Thank you.
And then second rate is like good.
He's middling.
No. No.
I mean, I wouldn't mind being second in something.
Wouldn't you rather be first?
As long as I'm not third.
Well, there is that. If you give me a few minutes, I'll see if I can think of something up.
Oh, that quickly?
Oh, well. I'll see what I get in a few minutes, and we'll go from there.
Nice.
Something tells me you've been thinking about this for a while now.
I don't know what you're talking about. This is the first I've heard of it.
Of course it is.
Vayne's musical ability is much better than mine, so.
Your mother stands from the table and begins gathering plates. Would anyone like dessert?
Ooh,
Yes,
I
please.
always keep space for dessert. And
Dessert,
perhaps
stomach,
the sweet.
It's a thing. I've been told.
Yes. The sweetness may assist me in my music making.
Double helpings then. And they head off to the kitchen after clearing away the table and come back with these small little bowls of what looks to be like a fruitcake of some kind that has been heated and it has been covered in this very thin custard. Very strong vanilla flavor. It's light going down, but it just hits the sweet spot.
I'll as I'm eating. Do you sell all varieties of meats?
Most things.
Marrow.
Yes.
Okay, good. And I go back to my pondering.
Alrighty. So after dinner is had and dessert as well, they gather you all round back in the living room and you all sit down. Have a few teas and coffees while you're sitting about. Gertrude is telling you a little bit more Kato and Vayne about Roshana when she was younger. Points to the notches on the one of the sides of the door. Show where how tall she's gotten. Meanwhile, Jacob is very much talking to you, Rook, about the process of freezing meat and how that breaks it down, and the process of freezing and thawing actually makes the meat more succulent.
Fascinating. You know, the trick of about cooling is not to keep cold in. It's actually to take heat out.
Really? Huh.
Yeah, there's actually a trick you can do with 2 pots. If you build like a membrane in between them of wet sand, as the moisture evaporates, it actually cools the central pot. It's very fascinating to see in practice. You just need to top up a little bit of water around the sand every couple of days, and as it evaporates, it keeps the center cool. Not a long-term solution, but it can make things last up to a couple, like almost a month longer.
Certainly.
Kato turns his whole chair towards you.
Yeah.
Vayne will start, like, he'll pull out his viol and kind of apply a few notes together and just like, and then kind of go back to thinking.
Mm-hmm.
And you're familiar with this process?
Well, I mean, if you want to keep food, you do a lot of things. You know, you get a lot of time when you're living in, like, a forest.
Right.
I mean, it wasn't a process that I thought up. It was my father, I believe. You know, they might use it in one of the tribes he came from.
I see.
That is interesting.
It can only really works if you're on a like staying in a single place. It doesn't really help if you keep moving it around.
It's certainly something I'll think about until we can sort out this cold room business. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, it's all about dispersing heat as far as I've found. But cold rooms are very, very good option, especially if salt is hard to come by.
It's not hard to come by here, but it's certainly expensive. The quantities you need.
I'll put a few more notes together and then go, perhaps we'll try this one.
Oh no.
I'm scared.
I give Roshana a look like, oh no, here he goes.
And I'll play a tune to go along with this.
Mm-hmm.
When
I
you
look
need
at him with
Parma... Oh.
Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, you look at me.
I look at you with complete faith.
I give Rook a nod. When you need Parma ham, or perhaps leg of lamb, pork belly, roast chicken, salami, there's one place to go, quality meats and marrow, though wonderful, fantastical, incredibly pleasant, Shabavit family butchers and delicatessen. Yeah, no cock jokes there, was there?
I'm surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah, both your parents are applauding.
Seems like a
and I bow.
Seems like a bit elaborate for someone to remember.
Well, the only bit they really want to remember is that it's meat and then the last line of the venue. Because all the
like the venue name is fairly elaborate too.
Yes.
I'm very impressed. I don't know about you guys.
As am I. This could certainly help us.
Yes.
Advertisement's always a pain, unfortunately, in the city.
Yes, I can imagine, especially with lots of different businesses vying for different advertising.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps since we spend an almost excessive amount of time in a cart going from one district to another, you can just idly play it out the back.
Yes, I could do that.
While the rest of you sat out front, just hands over your ears. Not this again, please.
Like what?
At the very least, I don't think you want me to join you.
Oh, I don't know, Rook. Maybe once or twice. But yes, I mean, I can work on it and see if I can make it any better. But I'm happy to. You can have that if it helps.
Please, thank you.
Oh, my pleasure. Consider the meal payment. It was delicious.
You're very kind. Thank you very much. We might have to bother you at some point, though, to maybe play the jingle here, maybe at the front of shop.
Oh, yes, of course.
When you have time, of course, and we will pay you for your time as well. I know you're all busy with your tales of adventuring. You've certainly done a lot in the past 5 days.
There's already been talk?
A little bit, from what we've heard. We didn't realize it was you.
What
Same
sort
Sorry,
eyes
of
I
look
don't mean any
talk?
worried.
offense like that.
Worried as fuck. Like,
Just, we heard that there was an up-and-coming adventuring group.
interesting. I had no idea.
Given that we're alive, it makes it fairly likely that that's us.
Well,
I am giving Rook a look.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
everyone's looking at me today.
well, there's a lot of groups, so we're not the only ones.
Okay. I'm sure you'll do well.
Yes,
Look
the
out for each
open
other
day
and
was
you'll be-
packed.
Look out for each other and you'll be fine.
We intend to.
And I'm sure you're all keeping them tip-top shape, Roshana.
Of course.
That she is.
I'll keep them on their toes.
Good. Did you know she helped me with the slip disc I had?
She hadn't brought it up. Quite frankly, I'm offended.
Yes,
Rook,
please
Rook.
Tell us of the slip disc.
I think I did more than help you with that slip disc, Rook.
I'm
The first
feeling
day?
you too. I think we're even.
I mean, yes, but you were almost not
Yes.
breathing.
You
He had
were
a great axe.
you were
That's not my fault.
quite nearly beside yourself.
I prefer to be beside myself. I was almost further apart from myself than I'd have preferred.
I think they almost would have made you a carpet.
That would have been very nice of them.
As you can see, we take care of each other here.
Yes. You are staying safe, aren't you?
Of course.
We'll take good care of her, don't worry.
In Kato's mind, just the flashback of her nearly going off into the deep end in the sewers.
Yeah. We won't mention that bit.
No. Mental thought.
Yeah.
I
Keep
can
that one
also
to ourselves.
cast healing magic if that puts your mind at ease.
That certainly does. Thank you.
Actually, I believe all of them could, except yours truly.
And what's your specialty?
I'm.
Being dark and edgy.
How dare you? I'm good. I'm good with the blade.
A valiant swordsman.
Well, certainly good to hear that. We taught Roshana quite a bit when it comes to certain knives and taking care of them and prepping meat and whatnot, but you preferred pounding the meat with your hammer. And then Priestess Lara granted you that warhammer that you carry about your waist.
Yes.
Everyone finds their niche.
Well, she
It
certainly
does
knows how
seem
to
to
swing
suit
it.
her.
It's gotten to good use the first day.
I'm glad. I think.
I believe you hit someone in the back of the head with it.
Okay. I'm gonna grab another glass of wine. Would anybody else like a drink?
If you're getting one, yes. Well,
Apologize if it's made you uncomfortable.
Oh no, it's just. It's always hard to see your kids growing up.
yes. And if it,
Yes.
I know obviously we'll do our utmost to protect her, but if it makes you feel any better, I personally hate fighting, so I will say as much as I can to keep us from getting in fights,
That would
because
certainly be of use.
As you can imagine, it's going swimmingly.
it certainly is. I've stopped many a fight so far.
Good to hear.
Yes. I kind of very, very, like, in my brain, I'm like, by getting in prison, you can't get enough fighting as well.
So you have your drinks, you chat a bit longer. Eventually nightfall does come. Would you like to stay here tonight, or is there somewhere you need to be?
Well, I think we should realistically get back. I mean, how long are we talking? What time is it?
We'll say it's roughly 7 or 8 at this point.
7. It's around here, isn't it?
You're a bit 1 ring 2 in, my guy.
Oh,
Here.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, here. That's
Yes.
what I meant.
Yes, we're in at the rival butchers, didn't you know?
Yeah.
It'd take about 3 hours to travel back.
Yeah. I love those carriages. So we'll get back to 10ish. Well, I feel we should get back and hand in our quest, because we were just on the way back from finishing a quest. And I would love to check in with the guild and just make sure everything's tip top.
No, yeah, we've got like 400 gold to pick up, don't we?
Yes.
You see the glass that your dad is holding just drops out of his hand. I'm sorry, how much?
400.
You go get him, Roshana.
I don't care if you're in danger anymore. Go!
Be safe! Gertrude is like grabbing onto his arm and stop it. But
Gosh.
yes, that is a substantial amount of money.
My offer still stands.
Again, it is yours. And we will tell you if we are in dire need, but right now, you're doing good, hun.
Alright.
If like, so we're all like in the same room.
Mhm.
Like, if while the conversation's happening, I'll like lean over to Roshana and say, very quietly, and subtly, I mean, you could just leave a few gold, just somewhere in the house.
I mean, I'm not
If
the
you got
most.
a room or something.
I do, but I'm not the most dexterous, careful person.
I mean, if you tell me where you'd like it stashed, I could put it there for you. And you could distract them.
I'm also not good at distracting.
Well, they're your parents. Just speak to them. So where's your toilet, if I may?
Oh, it's you just go past this door and then your second door on the right.
Second door on the right. Lovely, thank you. And I'll look at Roshana and be like,
I'll try to sneakily hand him a small pouch with 30 gold.
There you go. Okay. And I'll walk second door on the left, right, twice. I'm basically just gonna go for a wander around the house.
Okay.
Like, not this door, not this door.
Just give me a stealth check, please.
Okey-dokey. Stealth. 15.
Very nice. As you're walking
Just get Rook to
towards
distract
the
them with
second
conversation.
door, you just carry on to the far end and you get to the door on the left. And you do see a large but demure bedroom. Looks to be the master bedroom where they probably sleep. And you toss the coin purse onto the bed and it softly lands on top of the blanket.
Before I do that, can I slide in another 10 gold?
Sure. Easy done.
Cool. Oh yeah, and then I'll just toss it over, and then I'll go into the bathroom and stand there for a second, just be like, okay. I don't know how bathrooms work in D&D, so I'll flush the chain or magic the.
Poo
Press the
away,
magic. I'll press the magic propeller, and wash my hands, and then I'll walk out
They
again.
do have plumbing. It's
I mean,
maybe not the toilets in Japan. That's clean your bumhole for you, but there you go.
Yeah, the ones with like fucking built-in bidets.
The rave lights, yeah.
Oh, I love them. I have one.
You do?
Wow.
And it has light.
Ah! Let's all go to your house.
Right, like let's.
You're free to come over.
Thank you.
The weird fucking house invite. Do you want to come over and use my toilet? It's got
Yeah.
lights. It's got lights on it.
You're not the first one who is like this. I have another friend who is obsessed with my toilet, and she's like, "I'm going to use it."
Yeah, but you really want the friends that'll come over for you.
Yeah.
No,
People
mostly
just
they
using
come
you for your
over
toilet
for
is weird.
Anyway, but
Yeah.
still.
it's either they come over for the toilet, they come over for, or they come over for my food.
Oh, we'd come over for you. Well, maybe not
I
right,
know.
but we'd come over for you.
Oh my god, rude.
Well, I'd come over for whiskey and chill time.
Of course.
I just want
I
to
have
see it
plenty
once,
whiskey.
that's all.
Sure you do.
That's what they all
Sure you
say.
do. We wouldn't be able to get you off of the fucking toilet.
Luckily, I have 2 toilets, just one with a bidet.
Ah, I see. Dear.
I'm sorry.
They are
but
expensive.
I imagine. Everyone has a favorite toilet in their house. If you're lucky enough to have more than one bathroom, you have a favorite toilet.
Yeah,
I'd imagine.
downstairs with the bidet.
Where were we?
I was in the toilet
Oh yeah.
Hiding gold.
with the propeller. So I'll flush the chain and I'll walk back out and say, thank you. And I'll sit back down next to Roshana and give her a sly wink.
Mhm.
I'm not.
So, shall we be moving on then?
I think it would be best, yeah.
I know who's got the bell. Did you
You
hand
do.
it to me? I fucking ring the ding-a-ling-ling.
Yeah. And it silently rings because there's no hammer inside.
Yeah, I know. I make the sound.
Oh, okay.
Ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling.
In case it's not clear, that bell summons a lift. In case you're not familiar with.
Yes, this
Oh,
isn't an instrument. Don't mind.
Yes, we heard about those carriages.
They're very good.
Good way to get around the city, certainly.
Yes.
Be
So it should
talking.
be here. I assume, unless, well, I gave him some money, so perhaps he'll be drunk. But I'm assuming he'll be fine. He should be here shortly.
Mm-hmm.
And we can just chill till that happens.
Yeah. About 10 or 15 minutes pass before you see the familiar silhouette outside, with whatever light is still left in the day. Excuse me. You can see the carriage and the horses outside. And the driver, of course, as well.
I mean, it would be a little weird if we didn't have a driver.
He's just yeeted for the day. I
So-
will. Okay, sorry.
Sorry, so is it too late to swing by the temple district, or should we just head back and then maybe do that in the morning, since I think tomorrow's a bit of a write-off anyway. I think we're gonna go see the circus.
You see Gertrude looks up at this little clock they have on the mantle, and she goes, "Oh, no, the service should be over, and Priestess Laura is there till, well, midnight usually, so you can drop by whenever, and
I'd say like 20 minutes.
I'm
if
assuming
that to
that's
get
who you're
from-
going to see, yes?
Mhm.
Okay. Oh,
I
here
mean, you
Suppose
guys
we-
did tell me that she was looking for me.
Yes, before you go, and she heads off and brings back a little basket for you, and inside are wrapped pieces of beef and a few pots of green beans and the garlic potatoes, and also a little pot of gravy has been left to the side as well. She goes, "Please take this with you."
You're so kind. Thank you very much. No, I would carry it, but I'm carrying instruments, so.
I'm carrying it.
Okay.
And I will give a firm handshake to the father and say, "It was wonderful meeting you."
You too. Oh, thank you for that jingle. It was.
Oh no! If I'll have another think on it to see if I can add or remove anything, and if you, I mean, you can just go through Roshana if you would like to get in touch with me.
Of course.
And as we said, I think while we are traveling throughout the city, I could potentially play it and hopefully get you some customers.
That would certainly be of help. Thank you.
No problem. And then I'll I never know how to say goodbye to a woman. I'll pat.
Sorry, what?
What?
I just, like with mums, it's like, do you go in for like a
No,
hug? Do you say,
Gertrude
oh,
does go and pulls each of you in individually for a hug as you're leaving.
Oh,
oh. It was wonderful to meet you, Gertrude.
You too.
I want to hide 20 gold underneath a napkin.
Okay.
Everyone is hiding gold.
Give me a sleight of hand check, please.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh, was it 20?
Yep.
Sorry, had it in.
Yep, you do it easily enough, and you're pretty sure no one else is the wiser.
My parents are now 60 gold richer.
Yep.
Damn.
Let's hope they won't get a heart attack when they found out.
We're gonna get outside and be like, we snuck some gold in. It's like, oh, you did too? It's like, how much have we got? We're broke. Oh, wonderful.
I'm not broke, that's for sure.
That's all right, guys. I kept finding gold in there. Here.
Rook's just gone around like, mine.
I would also make it a point to be last out. So.
Okay.
I'll go out and hop on the cart.
Yeah. Just as you're leaving Roshana, your dad does grab you by the shoulder and just pulls you off to the side. He goes, I am only joking about the money thing though, hon. Just whatever happens, you know you can always come back here. Gather yourself and start again. Just be safe, okay?
I know. I'll be back to visit soon.
Yeah, don't go out of your way now. If there's business to attend to, you do that.
I know.
I know you know. He gives you a kiss on the top of the forehead and waves you away.
Totally not embarrassed.
He just makes sure to do it when no one's not looking.
Still embarrassed.
Yeah. Your mother, on the other hand, is just grabbing hold of you and placing kisses on your cheeks.
Very embarrassed.
Yes.
Be good and remember to change your underwear.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I am 25!
Damn it, Mom, you're embarrassing me.
I mean, Roshana is now as flushed red as her mom was because of the cooking, but she is because she's embarrassed.
Nice.
Oh, adorable.
Yeah. So eventually, Rook, if there's anything else, or are you going to head off to the carriage as well?
No, I head off and jump in.
Lovely. Okay, so Kato, you're the last to leave.
Mm-hmm.
I will lean towards the driver and say, I believe we're going to the temple district for a short stay. What's the temple, Roshana?
The Temple of the Heavenly Bodies, right? Or no?
No,
No,
not this
it
one.
was-
No, it's with the other one. It was sorry.
Yeah.
It is
hey, we're back. You make any progress on that?
I'm sorry.
Was there
We've
earlier
done at
tithe
least a couple of
still,
hours.
pay for us to get another bath?
Yeah.
There was no name in my file.
Yeah, it's just Temple of
It's
Salem.
okay.
Yeah.
No problem. Yeah, when you're ready to go.
Thank you. And I'll go, well, that worked very well. Your parents are lovely.
Thank you.
Very good at cookers as well.
They
Very
really
kind.
are.
Cooks.
Yes, you grew up in a very warm household. I can tell.
No,
I
it was
sure
warm
did.
because they were cooking, Kato.
And they
Hard
didn't
look.
have the
Hard
cold
look
room.
at the camera. Hard look at the camera.
This guy.
Yeah, exactly. This guy.
I'll also while we're like traveling, I'll say it was. I mean, they didn't say they were doing restaurants. I mean, that could be an idea. Like, I'm just thinking back to obviously as we get more. If apparently we're already in public knowledge, if the stories are about us, so perhaps we could, you know, your name being associated with it would increase the chances of people wanting to use their business, which would be good.
Or so I do think most of them already are affiliated with the other place that's more popular here.
Yes, but you know.
There's always hope.
Yes, of course.
Well, look, if this supply issue with the bigger brands where they're getting rodents in their supply, perhaps a smaller, more reliable vendor that has a bit more of a personal touch is kind of the way to go.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, indeed.
I do agree.
And evidently, the quality of their goods is second to none, I would think.
I would believe so. I mean, I have never had anything from Sterling Hook.
You're right.
Yes. Just out of, loyalty to my parents.
Yes, of course. Well,
I don't remember if I have, and that's certainly an indictment on their brand.
anytime we go to somewhere, I will double check, and if it's Sterling Hook, I will refuse to eat it. I will have vegan.
We can be like, this isn't Sterling Hook, is it? Oh no, I couldn't.
Yeah, unbelievable. I can't believe this place uses Sterling Hook. Can you imagine the scene?
Is that illegal?
I'm not sure.
I mean, you're allowed to have your own opinion. Not that you've had Sterling Hook meat before, but either of us.
We can't say if we have or we haven't.
That's true.
Perhaps the meal at the Dullahan's Head was Sterling Hook. Who knows?
Well, you want me to find out?
Oh boy.
Habaz!
Yeah.
Damn it, Baz, tell me. Who's your source?
Give me your contacts. From now on, you must only use the shabba.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, the scat man. Okay.
Yeah.
So you gather
Anyway.
yourselves, you've headed back into the carriage, and you're taking off for the Temple of Zhelanov. Roshana, you look out through the back window and you see your parents waving you off.
I wave back to them.
Yeah, as the sky begins
I
to
wave
dim.
back.
And the moon begins to peek out.
Oh no, not the moon.
The moon! And we'll take a 15-minute break here, guys. That's all right.
Alright.
All right, time to get some food. Thanks
Yeah.
a lot, Rye.
You're welcome.
The moon, the bear, and the big blue house will be waiting for you after the break. After the break.
Alrighty. So, you are in the carriage? You are going to the Temple district?
Yes.
Christ.
Yes. Thank you, Pee Wee Herman.
Woo woo.
We'll see how April Fool's Day, what that day falls on this year. Let me see. Hold on. April.
Ironically, a Sunday.
This year it's already happened.
True.
I know. God damn it. Oh, it's a Saturday. Fuck.
So close.
Yeah.
so far.
It's alright, we can all change the dates on our computers.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Oh, we might, if everyone's available for the Saturday, we could push it forward a day.
Mhm.
We've got a what, like 8 months advance notice.
True. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Don't plan anything.
I don't
for the
know, I'm
Saturday.
sick that day.
I have to take my vet to the dog. Oh, the
Yeah. Yeah, no, that one.
Stable to
My-
horse.
my-
Yeah.
my owl ate my homework. I'm sorry.
Owl ate homework.
Well, he'll spit it
Incredible.
out again, that's how owls work.
Yeah, it's less legible though. Okay. This conversation, I assume, is happening while
Yeah.
we're traveling. Yeah.
Yeah, we're talking about
Mhm.
owls.
Okay, if you're talking
Well, I
about
mean, you've
owls
got one.
eating and regurgitating their grub.
Does your owl eat?
I don't feed him, so hopefully not.
I mean, I would be questioning what he would be eating then.
Emaciated owl. Poor thing.
He's fine.
Where do you keep him, or is it just
He's like a magic owl.
summoned? Ah, I see. So you summon him.
Yeah.
I see.
It's just, the same magic I use to turn into animals, I can sort of just eject and make an animal.
Yeah. I
Not
don't
quite
like
as
how
powerful as what I
I-
could become.
don't really like how you worded that, but yeah. Eject. I just eject owls. It was
Is
better
there-
than another
what-
word you
what's
could have
what's
used.
the what's
but,
the better word?
create? I don't know.
Well, that doesn't define the movement of the magical.
I'm just thinking, what do you like? Present an owl?
I feel like you're running into the same
Emit?
problem.
Emit?
I could emit an owl.
Yeah.
That makes
Yeah.
sense. Can emit a
Cast
few
down?
things.
Yes.
Badger.
Badger. Fair enough. Oh, so it doesn't have to be an owl. You can literally do it with other.
Well, it has to be like a fairly meek animal, but owls are the most useful.
Very well.
In what
I
regard?
look out of the window.
Vision, flying. Very cute.
Well, your owl is very cute, I would say.
It's difficult to calm someone down with a badger.
Have you considered a raccoon?
No.
You've,
I fear I would be making the same foolish mistake that somebody else made a long time ago.
Ah, I see. Well, when I look out the window, is the sky like you said? It was getting dark. I'm assuming it's dark. Are there like lamps and stuff?
There are lanterns dotted about.
Because I know there was
street.
that job about it. Are they when we were leaving, were they already lit?
You can see that there was somebody walking around starting to light them.
Okay. Do they do it with like I'm just thinking a Dumbledore pushy button, or are they like climbing a ladder, lighting it and then climbing back down?
Give me a perception check, please.
I am.
Mm.
Gotta do more pointless rolls. 17.
Thank you. As you were looking about the lantern and watching this individual walking by, it's a simple flick of the wrist and a little zip of magic, we'll say, is pointed to the center of the column that makes up the lamp. Though you couldn't see it after or before, in that split second that they were there and basically shooting magic into this lantern, there's a little spark for a second where something seems to glimmer like a small little circle before the magic is coalesced and pushed upwards and it gathers into the lantern above.
Interesting. Wonder if they teach you that when you accept the job. Or if it's an item or something.
You know, if you wanted to spend 366 years doing that, you could pay off your debt.
Oh my god!
Oh my god. Jeez.
Oh.
I would like to say that it is not my debt. I am just helping a friend, and I expect he will reimburse me, whether it be items or...
How much debt was it again?
What? What was that?
Kind of gold.
How much?
1,000 gold.
1,000.
Something like that, yes. 5 times that amount, which is...
5,000 gold.
Yes.
I am morbidly curious. What could lead to such an amount?
Well, see, I'm also curious. I feel... I'm not sure if Luxon has something to do with this debt.
Could have been more before he got in.
I don't understand how... You don't... Surely, for what he's in the cell for, which I'm not going to mention, but I think you all know, for what he's in the cell for, I don't think you can pay to get out of that, surely.
Probably not.
So the debt must be for something else, and Luxon was the one that mentioned it and got me out of our cell in the first place, so I feel it must have something to do with him.
We've been told the situation, haven't we?
I think you
It's
were
been
there
kind of
when I was in
inferred.
the cell. Yeah.
But Luxon did say that he knew that Old Monty, well, he was surprised that Old Monty had it in him to have a dead body in the caravan. So you know that much.
Yeah, I feel like the money is for the harboring. You know, that they're trying to keep the crime a secret. I don't know if the 5,000 is to, release the actual culprit. It might just be for Monty.
Yes, perhaps. I don't know how considering I've had a lot of experience with it, you would think I do, but I'm not really sure how the law system works around here. Like, perhaps you can just pay off murder. Not that... Yes,
kind of feels like you should maybe know more about this contract that you're involved with.
Yes, I think so, yes. But every time I try and ask a question, it's... I get similar answers. They're not very useful. But, I suppose we're gradually getting there.
Well, we're making more progress than if we were lighting lamps, I can tell you that much.
Yes, what was it, 300 and something years? I think I'll
66
pass
years,
on
I
that.
think.
Ah, okay. Yes, I'll probably pass on that one. Maybe I'll do it for a week to get some pocket change. But...
And get 7 gold. Sorry, 7 silver. Unless a week is longer than 7 days, in which case, that amount of days per silver.
It is 7 days in a year. Yeah.
Excellent.
It's just easier, to be honest.
Do we? Are we on a Friday? We're on... is it under law calendar? There is.
Yep.
We're on Findar, I know that.
It is the 1st of Findar. Yeah.
Which is a...
Carnavi.
It's fucking Friday! Poggy up, whoop, whoop. Let's get fucked up. in the temple district. Give me that communion wine.
Well, it's where it's the highest population of both temples and bars. So if you want to,
Wait, bar? Oh, we've got to go back. But bars?
yes.
I could play a little ditty in a bar.
If you want,
Get some,
it's up to you.
get some change. Maybe
Advertise for my parents.
I could do that, yes. At the end of a set, perhaps. I don't know if they would be against that sort of thing, but perhaps it might be worth popping in for a moment. We could bring the carriage driver in with us, and he could have a sit down and a drink.
He wants to.
Well, I just give him 2 gold, so, unless he spent it already. But first things first, the temple.
Right.
Are we there yet?
Well, you've been chatting for a while, and the scenery does change from the hustle and bustle of the merchants' district, even at this late hour. Reverts to a soft glow between the different temples and the lights from the bars outside. You take not a swift turn, but having just passed through the bridge and the gates,
And break.
you do take a turn down to one of the familiar streets to you, Roshana. And eventually, the soft white light of the Moongrove Temple spills out onto the road before you. The carriage driver pulls up, and you are allowed to disembark.
I get out.
Same.
Yes, we follow suit. And,
Yep.
You hop on out, and you see before you a very simple is not the right word, but it is quite understated. You do see, however, in the windows that there are a few stained glass pieces, but they all seem to be of the same kind of color family, shades of blue, showing off the moon, and a woman with long silver hair that flows down from the crest of her head all the way down to her feet, and sometimes even beyond, depending on whatever depiction you're looking at. You do see a couple of people that are stood outside. It seems like service has just finished for tonight. Behind the back of the temple, Roshana, you'd know that there is a little grove, a small little area where trees surround a small little pond that Priestess Alara tends to visit, usually because the water tends to reflect the light of the moon. So instinctually, you bring the others around there, rather than heading into the temple itself. Some people give you nods as they recognize you.
I smell back at the people.
Yeah. Eventually, you turn the corner around the building itself, and you see the moon. Well, Mana and Demella aren't in their full moon phase or anywhere near. They're new moons at this point, so they're completely dark. But in the far, far distance, Farah, the smallest of the moons, just has a little wisp of white light reflecting off of the pond. And standing with her back to you currently, you see an older human woman. Looks to be mid to late 70s. Sun-weathered skin. She turns towards you and you see a soft, kind face with long grey hair, similar to the depictions of her goddess. The long grey hair runs down the length of her back. You see that she does have some sort of ceremonial garb on at the moment. Around her shoulders there are numerous silver charms of little crescent moons, some of them full, some of them not visible at all, but the chain of the charm is there, reflecting the different phases of the moon, and she turns towards you. Oh, good to see you, Roshana.
Likewise, Princess Anna.
It's good to see you. I went down to your folks recently.
Yeah, they did mention that you were looking for me.
Oh, yes. Hold on a moment. And she actually leans down. And the grass around here is still a bit damp. So you see that her knees are getting quite damp at the moment. It kind of climbs up her dress as she kneels down. She sticks her hands into the water and fishes out for a little bit. And you see that she pulls out a silver necklace resembling the 3 moons. The central one is full. The one to its left is waning, and the one to its right is waxing. So I'll draw it in a bit and I'll pop it in the chat. So it'll be easier to see. But she goes, I wanted to give this to you. I saw, and she points to her not her temple, sorry, her forehead, and she taps it. I saw what you did with the zombie.
You did?
Yes.
How?
Our lady shone her light and she showed me.
Of course.
This, and she shakes it quite violently, trying to get the water off it. This is for you. I think when the time comes, this will grow with you, and you'll be able to use its power to its full effect. And you see, it's similar to the one that you have currently, but it's another amulet or a holy symbol of Selûne. This one, I mean, the one you have right now, it is gorgeous and keep it on you always, but this one, I think, it'll grow with you. As you get stronger, so will it. And
Right.
Remember to show it to the moon when it is full, yes?
Of course.
And she hands it to you, places it into your hands.
Thank you so much.
It is my pleasure. You are doing well already with the Adventurers Guild.
I'm only doing my best.
That's all you can ever do. But your good is good enough as well. Remember that. Take some time off from time to time.
Of course.
And who are your friends? She looks over you and sees the 3 figures standing beside you, or just behind you.
Vayne waves. Hello.
My name is Rook.
Hello, Rook.
I am Kato.
I'm
Hello,
Vayne
Kato.
Durant.
Hello, Vayne Durant. My
John.
name is Priestess Alala. I'm very happy to have you here. Roshana has been a disciple of this temple for a long time, and you are certainly proving your power now. Our Lady smiles upon you, most certainly.
Smile brightly at that.
But it is not only that your mother told you to come here. Is it that you have come? Is it?
No, that is true. My friend here, and I gesture towards Kato, has been having a strange dream. We went to the Temple of Heavenly Bodies. They are looking into it, but yeah.
She kind of scoffs and waves her hands at that.
She did not like that.
No, she did not.
Those amateurs.
Of course, it wasn't my mind to come to you first, but they were on the way here, so.
No, I understand. They have plenty of different clergymen to different deities, but sometimes to see clearly, you need to see in the moonlight. You get what I'm saying?
Of course I do.
The sun is bright and blinding. The moon is always present and distant.
It is. It
Wherever
sure
you
is.
go, there will always be people that say, that is the same moon that your father or your mother or your uncle or your cousin or your third aunt once removed is looking at. It's a universal experience. I think you'll know.
Of course.
She turns towards you, Kato. You
there, boy.
Kind of snickers at boy.
Come here.
I'll walk towards her.
Okay, kneel down.
I give
Awk-
Rook a look
awkward.
like,
Awkwardly kneel.
She kneels down beside you.
She goes, okay, now turn towards the water.
Turn towards the water.
And you feel a hand grasp at the back of your head and shove your head into the water.
Vayne bursts out laughing.
And it's a freezing cold sensation of the pond water hitting your face and then enveloping your ears and then the back of your head. And you feel the grasp behind your head disappears. For but a moment before your head lifts up instinctually. You turn and you see Priestess Alara beside you. Her head is just thrown back, mouth agape. Eyes are wide and pure white, slightly glowing with this light blue tint as she's looking upwards towards the darkness of the sky and the swirling clouds above.
Ah. That is interesting.
Her hand reaches out for you once more and just places it on the shoulder this time rather than dunking you back into the water again.
What was that about?
Hold on. That wasn't a dream.
What?
Mr. Kato Asri.
Yes?
You don't dream, do you?
What are you talking about?
Aside from these floating eyeballs and feelings of pain, do you dream?
I suppose, admittedly, they're not like dreams I hear of people.
That is because indeed they are not.
What?
You are not experiencing dreams, my boy.
Then what are they?
They are either visions or reflections into yourself. Visions outwards or reflections in.
Then what does it mean?
Her eyes come back down from being completely just pure white light. You see the slightly cataract iris come back. She looks at you with these very, very light blue eyes. She goes, "How would I know?"
You said you
Okay.
said this recently, yes?
Yes.
Might be something in yourself that just woke up.
Or something woke me up.
Yeah. This or that.
Well, regardless, I thank you.
You're welcome. Maybe come back on the full moon, though. That might be better.
When might that be?
Hold on.
She pulls out her own amulet and she begins to She holds onto the central moon, the full one, and then spins the other two around it. Let me just get my notes and I'll tell you.
I was just gonna straight up ask Rook. He'll know.
Yeah.
Rook, make a
yes,
guess. No.
check your notes
Mhm.
and tell me, or I can tell them.
So, it depends. Of course, it would always be easier if, you were here for, all 3 moons being full. However, we tend to follow Mana's instruction. Sorry, not Mana, Imela. Brain's getting hazy these days. But Imela will be in full moon for about 4 days this month, if you're around. I can help you then. Or not. I don't know what's going on with you.
Doesn't make a difference to me.
I shall see to that. Thank you.
Very well.
You boy! And she points at you, Rook.
Yeah,
Are you watching the sky?
not at the moment, but I tend to.
Well, Kilar'une the 11th of this month.
That's when the full moon.
No.
Fire. And she wiggles her fingers in your direction.
Would be.
What did you say again?
Fire.
Ominous.
Fire?
From the sky.
Oh, a meteor.
No! A fireball, of course, not a meteor.
A fireball.
Yes.
From what?
The sky.
Well, yeah, I suppose you did say that much. My bad. But how do you know?
I saw it. It's coming.
Is it going to land somewhere?
Not in Kilar'une, I don't think. No.
Well, too bad.
But when it passes, you pay attention.
Oh, they'll just try to stop me. I guess no underground missions during that time.
Okay. Well, what day is it? Like, is it the first, second?
Is it
third,
like
fourth?
10 days?
It's
Isn't
10
it?
days from
today,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so today is
The first.
Kilar'une be the first.
Can I be the first? Yeah.
And then
I've
Kilar'une
got-
the 11th.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
This is a
This has
little
been
little off
most
topic, but
informative.
it's quite funny to know. You know, for Waterdeep, they have a name for every 15 minutes of the day.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
wait,
Oh
what?
my gosh.
Yeah,
Every
how the fuck
50
do you deal with
minutes.
that?
Jesus.
It's ridiculous.
It sure is.
Anything else of particular note?
No.
Oh, actually, no. You might find this neat. You can't have it though. And he'll like pat her on up to her and pull out the puzzle box and begin just solving it and taking out the shard from the center.
She pinches it between her 2 fingers. And you see they are extremely long, as are the nails. And she just holds it up to the thinnest sliver that is available of Fira. And she goes,
All right. Can I see the box?
Sure.
and she spends a couple of minutes like just playing around with the box for a little bit.
I like the box.
The box is of my own design.
Oh, lovely.
The fun part about it, I know you could just break it and open it if you really wanted to.
There's no
But
point to that.
the fun part about it is the more time that passes, the harder it'll be solved because the particular layout of those stars will get, changed slightly.
Yes, indeed.
I thought it was fun.
Most certainly.
Now, but the thing that I thought was weird about this little shard is, obviously it's like a piece of metal, some form of a meteor, right? But I can hold it and then he, produce flame using it as a focus. It's kind of strange. Normally, natural magic doesn't flow through this stuff super well.
That is odd. I don't know, you might have to talk to some other clergymen about that. I don't know about that.
I'll probably have to find some druids.
Yeah,
I'm not in a rush, though. I'll figure it out.
you do that.
Do you know if, I don't know if this is, like, uncouth or anything, but whenever I'm out in the wilds and I'm, like, finding ruins, they tend to be kind of religious in nature. Sometimes. Those are the ones that have the most stone that sort of last. Do you know of any, like, cool areas that used to have, like, temples of yours that might still be around?
Zhelanov has been around for some time.
Hmm.
Well, our biggest temple is in, Uthal. If you go to Amel, the city of Amel, you would find our largest temple there. Ruins, though, not so much.
I suppose if you knew about them, they, wouldn't stay ruins for long.
Well, that is true.
I'll keep an eye out, and if I find anything that relates to your particular deity, then I'll probably give it to Roshana.
You do that, yes. Roshana,
Yes.
when I sent you off to the Adventurers Guild first,
Mhm.
I'll be honest, there was other purposes at play. I will speak to Lady Alvis at some point, and we'll arrange a meeting for all of us.
Mhm.
But there is something you should know.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I'm not at liberty to speak about it here, but we'll speak about it then. Just know it's on the cards, all right?
All right.
Is that it?
That's yeah.
So you sent Roshana to the guild?
Well, I put in a letter of recommendation to the Temple of Heavenly Bodies, and they spoke to Lady Alvis, yes.
Well, then I suppose I better thank you as well, because if Roshana hadn't been there, I would probably be dead.
Look, us ladies of Sailor, we know what we're doing.
Well, no doubt.
Well, I'll be sure I will be informed about when you and Lady Elvis will want to talk to me about that.
Yes. It'll be soon. Don't worry. Just mind yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You too.
And she looks over at the rest of you.
That was always the plan. I
No, it
suppose
wasn't.
unless there's anything else, shall we head back?
Yeah, it's getting quite late.
All right. May the moon guide you.
Of course.
Thank you for the first real answer I've gotten. I would just say to Roshana,
Mm-hmm.
she's a bit slightly deranged, isn't she?
She's lovely. And very wise.
Hmm.
Hey, Kato.
Yes.
Which do you prefer?
Between what? I'm confused.
Between your vision dream thing being on the inside or the outside. I can't make up my mind. Because on one hand, if it's on the outside, then like it really becomes my problem maybe at some point. but if it's on the inside, it kind of does, because, it's
I
affecting
was thinking the same
friends.
thing.
But,
Mhm.
obviously I don't want you to be under any sort of a, personal challenge, some sort of internal conflict. But I'm also against some cosmic outside real life conflict as well. So I'm just wondering where you fall.
Well,
In or out.
well, if they are indeed visions or memories, then it could be very well on the outside.
Oh boy.
Not this again.
But I suppose only time will tell, right?
I suppose. Especially if we keep looking for answers.
Actually,
Yes.
we can stop looking for it, and it won't happen.
That's a very if I can't see it, it can't hurt me attitude.
Well,
Right.
Given that we fought a poltergeist today, I'm pretty sure that's not true.
not today.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
it
been a
was.
long
It
day.
was actually.
You remember that quest we did early this morning where we told a little girl how to be a good member of society?
Yes, it must be because I was knocked out. It must have been. It just feels like a long time ago.
I mean, it's only been 5 days. This feels longer.
Yes, I suppose that's true.
Yeah, we've
Well,
only
I think
known
we-
each other for 5 days.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we've done pretty well there. So there was some talk of bars.
Hmm.
We can maybe stop by, have a drink, get some money from playing, and then head back.
I mean, what
If
about the
Vayne so
bar?
wishes.
Oh, there is a bar at the. Well, I'm just thinking if this is a very, and I look at Roshana's. People frequent this district, especially at this time of day, because I think church is just out. Maybe it might be quite bustling.
Possibly.
But if people want to just head straight back, that's I'm fine with that too.
I don't mind you doing whatever you like to do. I will say that if we go somewhere, I obviously will be continuing to not drink. So as long as you're comfortable with me just sitting there.
Well, I mean, you can have a non-alcoholic drink, surely.
Or yeah, like water.
Yes.
I mean, they may do some sort of a juice.
Well, at either rate, perhaps we should get a move on.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
I guess, do we have is the carriage still here? Because we've only been in there, like...
Yeah, he
Yeah.
stopped around the front.
Yeah,
Uh,
cool.
What was the priestess name again?
Ilara.
Lara.
Elara.
God damn it. Why are these people spelling their names like fucking... Elara.
Yeah.
Sorry about it.
I'm
No,
not sorry
no.
at all.
No, it's... I mean, it I'm spelled Vayne with a Y, so,
And an E.
That's true. Yep, you did.
As the lot of you are walking away, Alara just lets out a,
You there. Horn boy. Not you. The other one.
Wow.
I kind of slowly turn around and like, hello.
You've been through a lot the past few days.
Could say that, yes.
I will tell you now, you are willingly looking into the darkness.
How do you mean?
There is a lot of darkness around you. And has been for quite some time. Do not trust because you want to. truth will come out.
Okay. Thank you. I think.
Go!
Oh my gosh.
Vayne hurries away.
Okay.
How tall is this lady? Surely she cannot be any taller than 4 feet.
She
Oh,
is
no.
tiny.
Not quite Roshana's height.
Oh.
Yeah. Smaller than that, but she's like 4'11", we'll say.
Okay.
Not technically a dwarf.
No, she's human.
No, I meant dwarf in the
Size.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah the size, because it's 5'10", I believe, or shorter, to be technically classed as a dwarf.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry,
Although
what?
I'm sure they're not called dwarves anymore.
How high?
4'8", I believe, is the threshold.
I thought you said 5'10", and I was like, what?
Yeah. Anyone shorter than 5'10", a dwarf.
Oh well, you know.
Me and Kato.
According to a
we're fine.
large population of people, I suppose.
That's true. Yeah. Bastards. I briskly walk to the carriage and get on. I'm like, what the fuck just happened?
So what's the
Is it,
plan here? Are you going drinking, or are you heading straight back to the guild? Up to you.
Well, I mean, mine was less about the drinking and more about the making some of the 10 gold I just gave Roshana's parents back. Ain't no rest for the wicked. But if everyone wants to go back to the guild, I'm fine, and I can just work at the Dullahan's Head as well.
How about a compromise? Always visit Dullahan's Head.
Yeah.
Yes, that's fine. I'm fine with that. I just, because it's a busy area at this time, I thought perhaps it. But I'm fine to Dullahan's Head as well.
Alrighty.
Back
You've got
to the guild then, I guess.
Another 2 hours journey.
Vayne is pondering on what the fuck darkness is. Like, I can understand the truth bit, but the darkness thing is confusing.
Got half the party in deep thought, and then you just got me and Roshana. That was neat.
Yeah.
There's gonna be
Very
like an
much.
explosion in the sky.
Fireballs.
Rid-
Ooh.
Roshana, has she always been like that?
For as long as I've known her, yes.
She couldn't have waited until I wasn't walking away, could she? Just done it while we were still there. It made
She
it
has
odd
certainly-
that she picked while I was walking away. Gives me the heebie-jeebies.
I was
She is certainly
confused by the
wise.
part that we introduced ourselves, and she still saw fit to call you Hornborn. I was in the presence.
Well, yes. It's not a name I've gone by ever, actually. And your horns are much more prominent than mine. I would say that.
I guess yours are a little bit more permanent. It's a
Yes,
title I
but,
could hold temporarily or on occasion.
Okay,
yes, but out of the two of us, I would say yours are more distinct and noticeable for you to be called Hornboy and me to not be called Hornboy. Maybe Purple Boy. But...
Maybe she recognized the fact that technically these are teeth.
Fangs, yes, I suppose, perhaps. Ah, so I'm Hornboy
Very
and you're
smart.
Fangboy, yes.
Sorry,
Well,
Kato,
apparently
you
the
were gonna
truth
say
will
something.
come out or something. But yes, Kato?
But why was I the only one who was dunk?
You're the one that asked.
Maybe we did just fight some rats.
I've been meaning to tell you, you fucking reek. Have you ever heard of Axe? Not the weapon, the body spray.
Also, I don't. If she had to dunk me to tell me about the explosion in the sky, I would question her motives even more.
Why is that?
Looking down
Makes
to
no
see
sense. What part of... Where's the connection there? She was clearly trying to, like, look at your mind or something. She was trying to divine, do some sort of clerical
Perhaps
magic of
Roshana
some...
knows.
Yeah, Roshana,
Do I know?
You know the reason that they spend so much time around the pond, as such, is because the light from the moons are reflected in it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a way of harnessing the moon's power, a tangible sense, as much as magic can be tangible and tactile. It's just another way of communing, as such.
Wanted you to headbutt the moon, so the moon could tell you what was up. Makes sense.
Gosh.
Well,
I mean, it worked out. Well, we
yes, you
had to
got a
question
better
her
answer
methods.
than you had before.
Maybe more answers when the moon is full.
I actually have a funny sort of related story from another campaign, but save it for later.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, at least we all got some food for thought, I suppose. It's kind of odd after the lovely dinner to be shouted at. Not in a Luxon way, but in a darkness way.
Yeah, that was...
Maybe Luxon is the darkness.
Maybe the priestess was Luxon.
I would not think
That'd
so.
be nice.
Luxon is everybody in Clancamrye. It's just one person living there.
Luxon is my parents.
Well, perhaps.
Oh,
perhaps.
Well, at least you know how
Am
to
I
manage the
Luxon?
maybe at heart we're all Luxon.
Well, perhaps
You wish.
the darkness had something to do with that meeting with Lady Alvis.
Possibly.
Perhaps.
Or maybe something to do with a general pessimistic outlook on life, given the recent circumstances of getting knocked unconscious several times.
Well, I think I can
Perhaps.
reasonably be
That's
pessimistic if I'm being knocked out every other day and being arrested when I'm not knocked out.
I mean, it's
kind of-
valuable.
But have you considered not being arrested?
Or knocked out.
That hadn't occurred to me. No, I'm sorry.
You didn't
Maybe-
tell the
maybe
guards
something-
no.
Might be something to look forward to.
I'll try that next time. Next time they arrest me for literally nothing, I will be sure to tell them. Actually, I don't feel like it today.
Well,
I'll
you
have
see,
tomorrow.
I'll try to be there for the next one. I keep missing it by like a little bit.
It's
Yes.
because you want to shout at the sky.
Yes.
well, you
And-
see, Vayne. A common trick I've heard is to go limp. That way, you know, you're not cooperating, but you're not resisting either.
But the unconsciousness would make that easier.
Yeah,
Perhaps I should try
maybe
the
go
two at the same time.
Yeah. I was gonna say try going unconscious when you're arrested.
So in
See,
any
the-
moments of shock, I will go limp and fall to the floor.
Yes, you
I-
seem to do it so often. I'm sure you can find some way to make it voluntary.
Ooh.
Vayne, I have a question actually.
The
probably
urge to
good
cast sleep on Kato is heavy. It probably wouldn't work though, so there's no point. Yes, Rook.
Because I feel like maybe we should cover this while we're in the early days. What is? I know you don't like to fight, but what is your preferred like location within a fight? Like, do you like to be backline? Do you like to be frontline? Because I've seen you move between a sort of backline area of effect support, and then you just run in and stab someone.
Well, you see, I've been trying different things because fighting is very new to me.
Mhm.
So I've been dabbling in various different. Well, I've been trying in different sort of ranges, and I feel I maybe a mix of both. So I might be more backline away from the fighting, and then sort of hop in and give a stab and then run away.
Yeah, when the
Very
moment's
rapidly.
right.
Yes, I feel that would be probably the best use of my current skills, but depending on how things go with that, I might maybe reconsider. I'm just fighting when I've never really had a fight until I suppose getting here, and during my traveling times we had a rather substantial gentleman who would resolve issues for us, and therefore I never really needed to have any martial prowess. But I feel I might start having to dabble in it a bit more. So I think yes, for the moment, potentially a mix of both, sort of outside supporting, and the occasional stab. Though I don't like being close to things they hurt.
Well, if you're willing to accept a little bit of advice from someone in a very similar situation, to the extent of my particular combat tactics, not the afraid to fight thing, you're doing quite well for someone that's just begun. I think fumbles always happen when you start. Don't be dejected, or stick with it for a while, and I think you'll see your results will begin to pay off.
Thank you. I appreciate
Yes.
that. Yes, the
Even-
fumble off of the boxes was a bit embarrassing, but
Even I wasn't always this skilled. I had to start somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
yes. I mean, yes, you all seem much more capable in a fight than I do, for certain. But hopefully I can be more of an assistance to you, more than just, talking.
I mean,
you
I
can-
was basically training to protect and serve, but here we are.
Well, you still are protecting and serving.
I mean, yes, but in a different way.
Exactly.
And to be fair, from what we've seen so far, you're significantly more competent than the guards that we've seen.
I would hope so.
Well,
So,
yes.
the position would be wasted on you.
Yeah.
Yes, not that I think I would go for a guard position anyway. I feel I wouldn't do well in that sort of job. But I for the moment, I'm happy to just compliment
I
the
mean,
fine work that you're all doing.
I mean, I wouldn't recommend you being a guard, but You're
I would
doing-
much
you're-
rather be a bard.
yeah, you do fine work.
My goal has never been to fight. It's just something that seems to have plopped in my lap, which is I'm having to deal with. But we'll get there, and anything I can do to help.
You'd be surprised how many incredibly competent fighters were a result of fighting for necessity and not desire.
Yes, that makes sense. As when you're, in a situation of near death, it does sort of make you. I guess it's the adrenaline and.
Actually, if I'm not mistaken, I would probably say that's the same for all of us, isn't it? Kato and Roshana.
Mm-hmm.
Each of you would have learned to fight, out of necessity or a desire to. Well, for you, Roshana, I guess it would be to protect, which is
Of course.
necessary. For me, it's to stay alive. I don't know if it's the same for you, Kato.
Well, it was something I had taken on for an improvement sort of aspect.
More like a hobby.
Uh,
Or like a type of meditation, a sort of goal.
yes. I find the discipline quite focusing.
Perhaps you see fighting how I see music. But yes, I will endeavor to be as useful as I can. Yes. And if I ever get in anybody's way, or you feel I could be doing something more useful, just let me know, and I'll try and assist in any way I can.
I don't think you're ever gonna get in anyone's way, but if we see room for improvement or guidance, I don't think we'll shy away from the opportunity. But no, you've been doing very well so far.
Thank you. But yes, I'll still be avoiding fights if at all possible.
Oh, sure.
But yes, if the need must, I'll try and be as adept as possible. I may invest in slightly, maybe more damaging weapon. As the moment I've just got this dagger, and I can't seem to find a rapier anywhere.
Did you try
maybe
the weapons?
Maybe the general.
Yes, I shall take a look. Just money is obviously. Don't want to be spending too much.
Man, I mean, I can buy you something if you like.
Oh,
Well, it certainly.
Yes.
It certainly seems like that debt of yours is a long-term goal.
Yes, definitely. Well, we're doing okay at the moment. I will say, Roshana, I put an extra 10 gold in the pouch we left behind, just to supplement.
You didn't have to.
No, it's fine. In regards with the meal and just how lovely they were, I know it's going to good people, so it's all fine.
Well, thank you.
It's my pleasure. I just hope that we'll have to go over for dinner maybe once or twice before we leave the city, if we do leave the city.
I'm sure they would be happy to.
I'm sure your father would love to speak with Rook some more.
I can bet.
He's a very intelligent man. Good head on the shoulders.
I must say I was terrified when he looked at me as if I was
asking her hand in marriage.
Yes, it was not my intention, and it
Why not?
very much. Well, Roshana's a lovely
What's
lady,
wrong with
but lovely. Roshana's a lovely. Roshana's a lovely lady, but
how uncomfortable is Roshana?
I am just not maybe
Vayne,
ready.
Don't worry.
No,
don't worry. You're not my type.
Well, that's why I would never try.
Tough one, buddy.
And then Vayne kind of looks down at himself like, "Aw." I don't even want this, but when someone tells you you're not their type, it's...
In all respect, neither of you are my type, so...
So there's one that is. Don't tell us. We'll figure this out.
Well, I'm assuming neither of us, meaning the rest of the group.
Yes.
No, I assumed neither meant two. Damn.
I assumed.
Funny.
No, I'm interested in both men and women.
Oh. I meant, out of the three of us, I assumed you meant that, you'd obviously already said that I wasn't a part of it, but you then said neither, so I assumed you meant Rook and Kato as well.
Yeah, they are also not my type.
Too short, too edgy.
And almost gotten killed.
You've seen them in the sewer.
The high bar. Taller than me and didn't almost get you killed. Jesus. I mean, gods.
Didn't Rook also hit you in the back of the head? I mean,
that never happened.
I mean,
I don't know what you're talking about.
Also, one got imprisoned, so.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not, marriage material.
At any rate, they certainly seem like lovely people.
Yes, I was only trying to say that they were very nice and we should go back.
Of course.
I was only teasing you, Vayne.
Yes, yes. I gathered, but still, I don't want Roshana to feel ousted. However, because she is lovely, but just yes, evidently I'm not her type. So
You're lovely as well, but more like in
no, you don't
a-
need to sugarcoat it. It's
in
fine.
a brotherly way.
I will weep. I'll have a single tear come down my cheek.
Listen, I have seen you flirt with women in front of me. Why would I be interested
It was one time.
with a married woman?
But she's married?
She was married.
Well, she was engaged.
Because her. Well, I mean, yeah.
And he was dead. So
I mean,
feel like that was annulled pretty quick.
I mean, she moved on really quickly.
I was not.
I
was
am
being a
missing
distraction,
something.
and she was flirting with me.
Oh, you've got a man like Vayne in front of you.
I didn't want to flirt with her. She just.
You could
said
have
distract
denied her.
and
Are we talking about Vaprig's daughter?
Yes.
Yes. I couldn't
Wasn't
get
she
out of there
just
quick enough.
engaged? I don't
Yeah,
think
she was
they were-
engaged. She was
She
engaged.
did move on really quickly.
Really quickly.
I thought you
It
were
did.
talking about Ronnie back at the guild.
That's what I thought initially.
Did she also-
However,
You also did flirt with her,
Oh.
yes.
well, yes, but that was less of a flirt and
Yes,
more
you-
of just.
I mean,
Yes, you complimented her sweet buns.
They were looking lovely. I mean, the spread was lovely. There was lots of different cakes
Although
and cupcakes and stuff.
Right,
Okay.
but not your most creative, I must admit.
Oh no, I mean it was.
Low hanging fruit.
Yeah. Yes. Also, speaking of Vapric's daughter,
Yes.
and I'll rummage around in my bag for a second.
Oh no, you still have it!
You do
Pull out
not
this
still have it.
pink diary. Say,
No, it's red.
Should
It's
we give
red.
this back at some point? I've been thinking on it, and I've thought of a way of maybe making it seem like we didn't steal it out of her bedroom, by saying that we found it in the sewer with her dad's
It's a
possessions.
little late to be submitting
It's only a
evidence.
That
couple of days away.
You know it's gonna take a while before we
Also,
get there.
her dad's dead. I don't think.
Yeah.
I don't think you need to add. Also,
I'm-
stole her diary onto the list of things she needs
Well, I was
to
just
grieve
thinking
about.
she might want it back. She might have personal things. I haven't read it, so I was just thinking when we get back to the guild, there's those hirelings that maybe we could ask to drop it off and just say
I
that
was
the
worried
guild.
about paper trails. One day, not the next.
I mean,
feel
we
like
could
we should
burn
burn it. Yeah, let's burn it.
I
Let's
was
burn
going
it.
to offer that I conjure an owl, we have it carry it, and then I send it off a direction until it evaporates out of
Until
being, and
until the-
wherever the cards fall.
Yeah, I just feel like, I mean, if we start at the Adventurers Guild, your owl's what, like a mile, 2 mile, 3-day radius? Like,
At the moment, my owl can live for 2 hours.
okay. Oh, and it does it not have a like a
Well,
radius?
no.
Well, no, it has a radius of which I can give it commands, and once it exits that, it'll just continue doing
Oh, okay.
whatever
So
I told it.
okay. So basically, just fly in that
Whatever
direction.
for 2 hours.
Yeah, the telepathic communication is within 100 feet.
I mean,
The
if we can
Dispel
get
and
here,
reappear is
how long? What's its travel speed? We can get maybe to the ocean.
60.
So
Dump the
it
book
can
in the
travel
ocean.
sorry,
12
this-
miles in 2 hours.
Hmm.
I'm sorry, this hardly seems like a pressing matter.
I don't
Yeah.
want that
Just
on
be
us
me.
anymore.
Hmm.
Do
Man,
you
why is
want to put
everything
in
so
a quest with Clark worth like 5 gold, anonymous, to deliver this parcel to that house?
What if we get
Well,
a quest to search for the diary?
Well, we could just give it to the hireling for much, much less than that. They don't have to tell her where they got it. They just say this was discovered in the sewers, and then hand it over and leave.
I'm actually gonna wash my hands of this subject. Whatever you, by all means, I'm gonna have plausible deniability. I'm not gonna be involved. You had your chance for an owl. It's gone. It's off the table.
I believe that would make you complicit, but
Complicit in what?
I'm still up for burning it.
Burning what?
The diary.
What diary?
I'll put the diary back in my bag and say, we'll deal with this. Thank you for your help, Rook.
My anxiety just went through the roof.
Oh god, oh god, oh god.
oh my god, that's the best thing I've heard all day.
Right, so are we home yet?
Yeah.
I want to talk about the diary. 2 hours of awkward conversation
Oh my
about fucking
God.
why we shouldn't burn a diary.
Yeah,
where we should put
about
it,
burning diaries, who's what
and
type.
also, yeah,
and-
Vayne got his heart broken.
Yeah.
Swallow sadness.
Oh, Christ.
This is the darkness that has
enveloped
followed
me.
you.
Yeah, the darkness has enveloped me.
yeah, exactly.
Oh. Alrighty.
Roshana, and when she mentioned about the darkness, I wasn't thinking she would meant you.
Oh boy.
After the long and awkward journey.
Awkward? What's awkward?
Nothing at all. You eventually arrive back at the guild. Hooray!
We fucking did it.
We are
Long
here!
Last day. It's roughly 10 o'clock at night. You see the Zhelanof's head is still open.
So it looked packed.
It looks busy.
Maybe we could
This time.
question him who his meat manufacturer is.
Yeah. Tell us where you get your meat, Baz, if that is your real name.
I can see you. He waves over to you. He sat on the front steps of the door to the Zhelanof's head.
Oh, can we hand in the quest first, or?
We're gonna go get our money first, Baz. Hold on.
Yeah, knock yourself
Before
out.
we can spend it.
Clerk, give money, please, you absolute beautiful brass bot.
I am unsure of what you were saying.
Oh,
We're
who
finished
has
quest.
who got the thing?
I think it was. Did Kato write the letter? I think he got the.
I believe he
yeah,
wrote the
probably got
letter
it.
for the thing. Hand over that. So, did we hand? So I'm just looking at quests. Hang on. The one we did for the mimic. Did we hand that out?
Yeah, that was a different day.
Mhm.
No, I know, but I wasn't sure if the money got handed out.
There's no money involved for the mimic. Or wait, no, that's the mimic.
Yeah,
The other one.
that's-
Yeah.
We got paid
It
for the
was-
mimic.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't know if we handed out the cash.
I think we did.
don't think I
Wasn't
was
it
here
like?
the next
It
session.
wasn't like.
Yeah, because you were
300?
counting the money.
No, that was.
think.
Different pouch.
Uh,
It was 300 gold pieces, so it'd be 75 each.
Yeah, I remember.
I think we
getting
did. Yeah. Yeah, I think.
Yeah,
we did.
I had already. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we did. Okay. And I'll. Kato, do you want to hand over the ticket?
Yep.
Oh, Kato, Astri. I have
That's
Yes.
him.
a parcel here for you.
Oh.
Is it ticking?
Ha 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 ha.
I will-
God.
I will take it and open it.
He hands you
Boom.
over. He hands you over a
The
large
pipe bomb.
brown paper bag, and you lift it. And despite it being large, it's quite light. And you take a look inside, and it's pastries, croissants, cookies,
Oh.
all kinds of nice treats. And there's a note at the bottom.
oh.
Maybe he doesn't need you, Roshana.
That's fine.
Watch me not be upset.
I'm not upset.
You want to see me do it again?
I will take the note.
On the note, it says, "I can't thank you all enough. If you're ever by Pandana in the Thandela, please drop by." And it's signed Ronnie.
Cracks a smile.
That is
Insert
creepy.
Pornhub intro.
Kato, please explain that look on your face.
Yeah, who's
I have
running?
not. This is. I don't think I've seen that before.
It is quite
was
unnerving.
That was a message from Ronnie.
Oh,
Who?
we should maybe visit her tomorrow.
She's the lady that was arrested for the incident.
Oh, okay, yeah, sorry.
Yes. I assume us completing the quest means she's free.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Either that or the prisons have changed since I was there. And they now have croissants.
I believe Lady Alvis had informed me of her release, yes.
Oh, very well. That's good. Did he hand over the money with the bag or the...
Not yet, no.
Okay.
Well, everyone, pastries.
I mean, I'm still full from dinner, but
wasn't quite the reward I was thinking from that quest, but and I'll grab a croissant.
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 We apologize to any French people that happen to be watching this.
I don't. It's your own. It's the French people's own fault for making such a delicious thing.
yes.
Buttery and flaky. I need to stop thinking about food.
Yeah,
Yes,
please.
My stomach's like, give me
I have to
everything.
cut my calories more, and it's hell.
Oh god.
Oh.
Just kick the calories in the face.
Would you
If
like
I
your
could.
money?
Oh, yes, please.
He slides over a pouch, a heavy pouch with 400 gold pieces.
Yeah.
Is that 100 for everybody?
Gold,
Mhm.
100 gold each. No, it's 75 for all of you.
I'm getting richer by the day.
I am that much closer to breastplate.
I could have given my parents 100 gold instead of 30. I feel bad now.
Still good.
Yeah.
Still could.
Yeah,
Still
you
can't-
can actually
No.
go there whenever you
No,
want.
the time is done. The moment's over.
I mean,
Fine.
I'm not dexterous and stealthy and everything. I make noises.
The thing is now, whenever she goes over to her parents, they're going to be like searching before she's allowed to leave.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yes,
Last time you
Yeah.
left 60 gold here, you bastard. Roshana will be like, I only left 30, it was everyone else.
So, are we
Well, I
Well,
guess Baz
heading
wants
to
to speak with
the-
us.
to the Dullahan's head?
Yeah.
I assume Suits and Arms is closed.
you take a look around and it seems to be open.
It's about 10 now, right?
Well, I mean, he was sitting in front, so.
I'll meet you, unless you guys have stuff to do here as well.
No.
Can you take a look and see if there's a rapier?
Sure.
Thank you. Ideally get it for free.
I'm not gonna steal a rapier. I'll
will,
ask. You know what? I'll ask.
Ask if they've got a shit one that they don't need anymore.
I will retire to the room. I am overdue for some meditation, actually.
Yes, well, trying to have better dreams, eh?
Oh, none at all.
Oh, none at all.
Yes,
That also
well-
works.
Oh, none at all.
Yeah, I was going to
I
say,
guess-
Rook's shouting from the other side of the fucking square.
I guess it's also a point to mention as well. I suppose now they're technically none of them are dreams.
Well, apparently. That's weird.
Yeah, I don't quite understand myself, but
You are human, aren't you? And I poke him.
I mean, I suppose, as far as I know. But then again, not all humans can, well, you know.
Move things the way you move them.
Yes.
But also there's this.
Ah!
God!
That's
It's
again.
Jesus.
Scared the shit out
Um,
of me.
Yeah. Were your parents magically
Proficient.
proficient? Thank you. I was thinking prolific, process, prominence. No, prolific.
I mean, not really.
Strange. Well, do try and get some decent rest, and perhaps, you know, a bath or shower. Maybe some ointments for the rat bites. I know I have a couple on my thigh that are really not pleasant.
Yes, it is quite tender.
Well, we'll try not to wake you when we come back if you are asleep.
Don't worry about it so much.
Okay. Well, see you in a bit.
Give a nod.
And I guess I'll walk towards Lythandrios' head with Roshana.
Horse.
Big lady. She's so small. Big lady.
We'll head over to Rook for the moment
Mm-hmm.
while you're heading over and Kato's heading back.
Mm-hmm.
You walk into the familiar front of the suit and arms business. Nobody seems to be behind the counter at the moment.
Hello?
You hear shuffling coming from the archway past the counter, and eventually you see a human man. You remember him from the public's day. He was stood at the stall for suit and arms, different armor and pieces of weaponry displayed out. Human man in his 40s. You see long white hair and a bit of a grizzly white beard going on. Shirtless, and you see that he is just covered in sweat and what looks to be a little bit of soot. He just gives you a
Hello?
nod as you walk in.
Have we... We've seen each other. I'm not sure we've officially met. I'm Rook.
He waves his hand.
Hi. I was in here recently, and I bought this lovely armor from... However, recently I got into a fight with some rats, and they started getting in the armor, and I feel like that's not productive, so I'm wondering if you guys will take it in a bit. I bought it from the other fella, the man at the desk.
You see the man rubs at his chin. And he crooks his finger for you to walk forward.
I walk forward.
He takes a look over you. And he motions for you to spin around with his finger.
You know, I'll take my big, overthrow cloak off, so I'm not obscuring quite so much of the armor, and I'll do a spin.
He rubs at his lip for a second. Or he spots the map that you have sticking out of the back of your pack, and he points to it.
Yeah, that's not part of the armor.
He waves his hand, but puts his hand out for you to hand the map to him.
Sure. There you go.
Yeah, and he rolls out the map of the guild now. And he points to Plumes and presentation, and he taps it.
Well, they'll bring it in,
He nods his head.
and they won't mess with the integrity of it all.
He shakes his head.
Quick question: do you have any free rapiers?
He gives a pensive look. before he walks round to the back through the archway towards the forge once more. And he pulls out. He returns with the rapier. Looks quite rusted around the handle, but the spear of it seems to be okay.
I'll look at it, give it a couple of jabs, and see if I can ascertain whether it's functional.
It's functional.
And I can just, like, have this.
His eyes pierce you for a moment. These very light blue eyes, almost on the verge of grey and white. You see furrowed brown, he just nods.
Thank you. I'll endeavor to continue doing my business with you. Of course, for coin. A friend just asked me to ask. Well, this is good. Do you know if Plums and Presentation is open at this time, or...?
He scratches at the back of his head and just gives a shake. He doesn't know.
No, well, it's on the way to the housing quarters, so I'll find out. Thank you very much.
Gives you a thumbs up as you walk out.
Good work. Very impressive stuff. Okay, thank you. Bye. 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 Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Okay.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
Bye.
What an eloquent gentleman.
Well, I'll nip back over to, assuming that they're still maybe around, I'll nip back up to Vayne and just be like, yeah, you're right. I had one.
Isn't for me, Rook, you shouldn't have.
I mean, it was free.
Well, even better. And I'll, like, kind of swish it around and look at, like, really, like I've not done it before, like...
Oh. It's a rapier.
Might want to go easy on that.
Oh, yeah, I'm not going to use it in the bar, don't worry.
Not really a slashing weapon.
I do poking instead.
Yeah. Now you can do the slashing for the parrying, but for the actual damage, you're gonna get it in there. They're built for piercing armor and causing. You see how it has that little divot at the top? That's to open up wounds so they don't close quite as well. Bit of a nasty weapon, but quite elegant.
Indeed. Bit rusty around the end here, but it's free, so thank you very much, Rook.
No problem.
And I'll, like, put it through my belt. Like...
I mean, you could probably go for the suits and arms and get some sort of, sheath for it.
Nah, it's fine.
Okay, well, if you stab any children with that, it's not my...
Well, they shouldn't walk so close to me. Okay. Maybe in the morning.
Don't take it out like that to the circus. You will hurt
Oh,
somebody.
no. I should... If we're going to the circus, I would probably leave it here or sort something out beforehand.
Okay, I'm gonna go to bed, sleep, tired.
Oh, take care, Rook.
Good night,
Good
Rook.
night.
We shan't be long.
Eh.
Jaeger bombs?
I assume Plums and Presentation is closed.
They are closed, yes.
I head to bed.
Yay!
Meanwhile, Kato is just standing outside the housing quarter like,
I do. Before I go in the housing quarters, I will use a wild check. Someone and I
Okay.
keep tabs on people and let me know if anyone gets into any trouble.
Alrighty. He flies over.
Yeah, he'll sit up here. Largely.
Okay. Largely indeed. Look at him.
look at that boy. Look at that boy. I fucking love the artwork for that.
So disgruntled.
He looks so upset. Angry.
I mean, he did get handled by a child.
Yeah.
Fun times.
I think he looked upset before that. So I'll walk over to Baz.
Yeah,
Mhm.
you see
I
he's-
think it was you said Baz, yeah.
Yeah, he's currently sat down on the steps to the front of the tavern, which is it's still open, but he's just obviously taking a break and he seems to be smoking on something. Yeah.
Right.
I have something for you.
Oh?
Hmm?
Vayne, if you don't mind, I'll come on in.
Pardon?
Come on in.
Oh, I'll follow him.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to stab me repeatedly? Because I've got a rapier now. And I don't know how to use
Don't
it.
stab the man.
Don't
No,
stab
stab
the
the
man.
man.
If I can find where the fuck his token is.
Baz has gone invisible. I'm not even sure if it's Baz. That's how uncomfortable I am with this entire district. Like the woman that sold us the house keys, I'm pretty sure she was Luxon. I'm sure Baz is Luxon. That Tiger's Luxon. That random woman that's been there last 2 times we've come in here, that's Luxon.
Why are you so obsessed with Luxon?
Because he's everywhere and
Secretly, he is in love with Luxon.
It makes me want to
But
stab him.
unfortunately, he's not.
Mm.
If I can't have him, I will be him. Ew.
Yep. That's kind of weird, but yeah.
Bags? Bags? Bags?
Bags.
Bags. Where are we going? Bags.
Baz walks over to the side of the counter and he goes, I kept this for you. I don't know if you wanted it.
Oh.
Now, if I could find my fucking notes, that'd be great. I've been flopping everything away. My own fault.
Flopping all over the place.
Flopping all over the world.
Oh, good song.
But you see, it's the newspaper, Clancamrye Chronicle. And he
Oh God, no.
flicks it
Oh
back
boy.
to one of the pages. Still can't find it. My apology.
Oh no.
Mm.
I'm looking at the districts. I was trying to work out where the Gravella district, or where the Gravella Square is, or whether it's in the Merchants district, and that's why we were.
Sorry about this.
No
Look
problem.
it up in Word. It's probably there. Probably.
No.
I didn't throw it away. I couldn't have thrown it away. I literally had it. I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine. I'm just trying to work out. Is Gravella Square in the Merchants
It is
district?
in the Merchants district, yes, which is why
Okay.
they were performing there.
So I assume so. We're doing tomorrow. We're going to another like 3 hours. Okay. So I'm just thinking tomorrow when we go to the circus, because we've established that is definitely 100%, regardless of what happens in the next 24 hours, what is happening. I'm gonna, when we're going through the Merchants district, I might do that song on the back of the carriage to prompt people to go to Roshana's parents.
Okay. You find...
Whenever.
Well, I found... yeah, the Clancamrye Chronicle for you. And Baz flicks it round to one of the third pages, and it says, Public Day Fiasco. Zombie walks at the Adventurers Guild. This past Kilar'une, the 27th of Urnami, the Adventurers Guild held their annual Public Day celebration, wherein they celebrate... they invite members of the public to venture onto their grounds. Historically, this day was held in celebration of Hendrix Gudrun, the architect behind the Adventurers Guild and founding member of the original party that set out 50 years ago. It is also one of the...
Hendrix...
Gudrun.
Gudrun or Godrun?
Gudrun.
Okay, that didn't help, but yeah. Okay.
I'll give it to you in a bit.
Yeah, that's cool.
It is also one of the 4 inlet days, wherein invited adventurers to be come to the guild to be inducted into its halls. The celebrations were held in the public hall, set up specifically for the occasion, with vendors of food, drink and clothing, and performers to entertain the crowds. Navigator, cartographer, and Colburnite celebrity, Quark Brittledown, was also in attendance, giving signings after his long-awaited return to Colburn, with the latest rendition of the Colburn map. At the stroke of noon, during the viol performance by Vayne, witnesses reported a guard crashing into a nearby food table before righting himself a moment later. Only he was very much not alive. The undead villain was quickly thwarted by a new and upcoming group of adventurers as the public began to run for their lives. Lady Vivek Elvis, one of the heads of the guild and the member of the Hitctrl here in Colburn, stated, "It is with great regret that we announce the loss of one of our members. This matter is being investigated to our fullest power. We have no further comments at this time." Grave District spokesperson Imem Dufond wishes to reassure the public that this incidence of undeath is incredibly rare. Burial practices are in swift repose in recent years, implemented by the Hitctrl and the Vayne, have meant a reduction in the spread of disease and allow us to maintain the sanctity of what remains after death. As always, we urge you to alert a member of the guards or of the Vayne as soon as it becomes clear that there has been a death. We are here to help. One person has since been remanded into custody of the Vaynes in connection with the rising of undead. The guard's name will not be released as per the request of his family. Baz turns to you and goes, I thought you might want it, given it's got your name in it.
Oh, I was named as the musician. Oh, hearts aflutter. Thank you, Baz. I very much appreciate that.
Yeah, no worries.
Just I've got someone in custody.
Yeah, wasn't there
Okay.
that girl who was taken away?
Yes, perhaps they need new information. We'll find
The
out.
paper's only
soon.
about 2 days old. I only happened to read it by chance.
Oh, okay. There's probably been yes. No problem. I appreciate the thought.
You can keep a hold of the paper if you want. You see, he begins scratching the back of his neck, and he looks over at the rest of the patrons. Turns back to you. Luxon said that you were wanting to learn a bit from him.
Well, yes. I mean, he's evidently got some sort of a charm that people like for some reason.
That's the way to put it.
So if possible, yeah.
All right. If you and the rest of your party could be here, Kilar'une, after the weekend,
Yes.
we'll talk.
Okay.
Ready? Can I get either of you a drink?
Fiction of wine, if possible, red.
Sure.
An ale,
Roshana?
please.
Yes.
Will do.
Ale, please.
You see, he throws himself over the counter.
I can I look around? Is it like I never know? Is this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
I
9
just
people?
say it's a group of people.
Yeah. So there's 2 groups of people and like whoever the fuck this is.
Yeah, you see that she seems to be a waitress.
This
Wearing-
makes a lot of sense why she's always here.
Mhm.
A job. Imagine that in this day and age.
Nah, couldn't believe
I'll
it.
kind of walk over here and say, would I be able to play something?
Oh, please. You might be guest.
Excellent. And I'll give Roshana a nod. And say, just give me a shout when you want to leave, and I'm sure I
Alright.
can wrap up. Or it's not far. I'm sure we can. Yes. Anyway, and I'll walk over here.
Go earn your money.
I start. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll just tune up and then I'll do.
Your drinks are handed out to you, Roshana. You get a nice crisp ale.
Crisp.
The third one of the day.
Yes.
It's all right when you spread them out over a series of hours. It only counts as one, right?
True.
Cool.
Ow!
You see, he's not having a good time with the iron wrought filigree that's on the outside of the window. And he kind of has to plonk himself down onto the handle just to look in because the iron is a bit irritating to him.
I
But
just realised what you were talking about. Sorry, I was like,
yes.
what? Wait, Baz is having some problems with some iron filigree. What? He's pouring a drink. What the fuck's he doing? And then I looked at the map and I was like, look at this dude.
As you go to sit down, Vayne, and you put the paper to the side and fold it over, you see the front of the paper. which says caravan contraband. Caravan stopped on entry into the city. Do you read it?
Yeah, I will. I'll put my instruments down and I'll just pull the paper up and just have a quick look, scan over the front page.
So on the front page, there is a picture that has been sketched of the caravan as you remember it, though the features of the folks who ran it are indistinct. It reads, on Anaresh 26 of Urnami, a caravan under the leadership of one Prisi Montegor was surrounded by the King's Guard on suspicion of smuggling contraband into the city. The caravan, made up of one large carriage, 4 barrel-topped wagons, and 4 carts and comprising of near a dozen folks, was arrested after the large carriage was searched. Witnesses report that the entire caravan was arrested on the spot and was split and taken for further investigation. Priestley Montegor is not known to the city. However, his brother Montague was a long-standing business owner in Clancamrye, running the Montegor Magic Emporium for a near decade prior to its collapse due to a fire over a year ago. Montague Montegor is set to return to Clancamrye to establish his business anew within the penthouse of the Plandella in a few months' time. The King's Guard have refused to give statement at this time. However, they ask for those who may know something of the caravan or of Priestley Montegor to come forward. As per public informations, it is known that Priestley Montegor's fine is currently set at 2,000 gold pieces. Under Section 2, Crimes Against the City, Part 12, Selling and Smuggling of Prohibited Items, the fine is equal to the value of the goods seized. It is likely that Mr. Montegor will also face edict, though this is left to the whims of the Evansworn of the case. The nature of the contraband is still not known. However, great speculation has become the topic of many conversations amongst the vendors in the Merchants District. Speculation that this may also be illicit substances, such as numbskull, which is currently on the rise in Clancamrye, have also been made. 2,000 gold pieces worth of numbskull is a substantial amount. While the price continues to rise, it still remains that the amount will be enough to fund a small cartel, says one King's Guard. The investigation is currently ongoing.
I will, after reading that, I'll pop the paper back down where I set it, and I'll start. I'll pull out my viol and start sort of playing just a relatively, easy listening kind of song.
Mm-hmm.
I won't be singing. I'll just be sort of playing the instrument as background noise while I think about what I've just read.
Okay. Is there anything else you'd like to do, Roshana?
No, just looking about.
Yeah. And you see a couple of the patrons you're starting to become more familiar with. Just, regular faces that you're starting to pick out, even though it's only been a few days. And
We've been here pretty much every night.
I think we will leave it there for tonight, guys.
We did it.
Sounds like a plan. I was about to let the owl in. I feel sad for the little guy.
He's doing his job.
Just pecking at the door.
He's watching, ever vigilant.
I want to give him ale.
Why?
Get the owl drunk.
Why
Yeah.
not?
Why would you? That defeats the purpose.
Let the owl have some fun.
No,
Why not?
he hasn't earned it.
Oh god.
What?
He has. He has
Wow.
comforted a child.
Look, he has fun when he goes back to the Feywild.
But there's
True,
no
actually,
ale there.
Yeah,
Christ.
there's something.
There's some form of drug that would
They
make ale
they
look
gotta
like
have
fucking
some
shit.
recreational activity in the Feywild.
I mean, the owl sure does look like he's on drugs.
Yeah, old
Like-
Toby.
Thanks.
Drugs.
Thanks.
Wow, that was an interesting ending.
So we
Yeah.
survived an encounter with Shanna's family.
Yeah,
I
this
have
is
to
a very
say-
relaxed session compared to Rats.
It did kind of feel like, Vayne, you were inviting yourself to Roshana's house.
I wanted to meet her parents. I'm not gonna lie. I wanted to embarrass her, and I wanted to. I mean, I knew she was a butcher, so meat.
Meat.
And I'm still really hungry. So
I mean,
I have a little bit of regret for that because I am now just ravenous for some food.
Same here.